Hello, everybody, and welcome to the afternoon. I'm your host, Josh, and today I got my two co-hosts. I got Neil and Nick there. How's it going, guys?
It's going pretty good. Just average day at work, and happy to be on the show with everyone.
Ah, man, good to see you, Neil. Man, good to see you there as well, Nick. Man, oh, you're muted.
Yep, it's good to be here. Just enjoying last little bit of time off before I go back to work next week.
Yeah.
Right.
You having a 4-day weekend? You having a 4-day weekend? Right?
Yeah, I get the 4-day weekend.
Yeah,
Actually
yeah,
taking
nice.
my girl out of town tomorrow.
Nice. Where are you going?
Just somewhere quiet, secluded, and none of your business.
Okay, the Overlook Hotel. Taking it there.
Yeah. I got like this old antique typewriter. I feel like I'll type up a novel while I'm there.
Yeah. Man, same words over and over again. Maybe go out for the maze. See how that works.
all work, no play makes Nick a dull boy.
Yeah. All right. Neil, what you got, man? What you got going on? Anything new with you?
Not a whole lot. Just spending Valentine's Day with my wife. Gonna do some fun stuff there, and then more than likely gonna be playing Yakuza Kiwami 3 a little later this weekend. So hope that game is good.
Very awesome there. We got a good show for you people today. Going to be talking about Super Bowl 60 there, the game, the commercials, our favorites, our worst. Then we're going to be also discussing the halftime show, Bad Bunny. Then after that, we're going to get into some trailer reactions there, some trailers that dropped. Devil Wears Prada 2. There was also one movie trailer that dropped at the Super Bowl. Kind of disappointing. Not really many movie things dropped during the Super Bowl or big TV show stuff. It was just kind of just AI slop and gambling ads and Mike Tyson telling you're a fat bitch and all that stuff. So it was kind of
I mean, damn, Mike, I knew that, but did you have to go on TV to tell me?
Yeah. So
boy, I got thoughts on all those kind of commercials, but yeah, I don't think I ever need to see another AI sports gambling or crypto commercial ever again.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. So we'll do the Cliff Booth one as well. That's the spinoff of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood there, but this is David Fincher directing it and not Quentin Tarantino there. Then do that, and then also we got some reviews. We're gonna be doing a review for Rye Lane. Speaking of Valentine's Day, it's a good movie to review for Valentine's upcoming day there. So do a review for that, and it's Black History Month. So that's a great movie. I've been meaning to check it out. It's been on my watch list for a minute now. I've heard really great things about it, so I'm glad to be able to review it with Nick there. Also, I'll do a solo review for Iron Lung. That's the Markiplier movie there. That's in theaters, crushing in theaters right now. So hey, big congrats to him for that. And then His and Hers. Nick, you said you saw that, right? The Netflix.
Yes, I did. I saw that movie.
So yeah,
I saw the show.
So we'll do a quick review of that miniseries there. Then afterwards, we'll go ahead and rate somebody, get some good people on. Cat named Whitney, great person, great streamer there. She's playing Throwback Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. She's playing that. Also, Kara Fly's on right now playing League of Legends. Minnie Portable, who's a wrestling content creator. Bad Bunny was a wrestler. He did some wrestling for a minute there. I don't know if he was good, but he did some wrestling. I don't know. Do you watch wrestling, right, Nick?
Not really. I've seen a little bit of Bad Bunny wrestling, and he wasn't bad, but I don't know. I don't watch enough to be able to quantify what's good or bad pro wrestling.
Yeah, but
It's
she's
more,
doing
yeah, I would imagine it's more about like how good of an actor you are, more than in WWE in particular, more than your wrestling abilities.
No, sometimes wrestling matters. Yeah, you know when somebody's really shitty in the ring and not doing too well. But like Logan Paul, I mean, he's pretty good. I've seen him wrestle. He's pretty good. He's a pretty athletic guy. So he works pretty well there. So yeah. So Minnie Portable's on, wrestling content creator there. So good people to rate after the stream there. My guy Anjin Plays, he's on right now playing that Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah, Neil, let people know about you. What you got going on? What you got coming up next, man? All that good stuff.
All right. Well, everyone can find me on Threads, Blue Sky, Letterboxd, and the PlayStation Network, all at Daft Neal, DAFTNEAL. I'm always adding stuff to my Letterboxd account, so feel free to chime in about some movie opinions I have. And I look forward to seeing everyone online when Alex comes out on Street Fighter 6 in a couple of weeks. So look forward to playing people in that and just chatting with everyone online.
Very cool there. Some stuff. I mean, state of plays happening right now. I seen already some big trailers hit the internet, some big announcements.
Oh boy, I that was a good show. That was a good show. That's all I'll say at the moment.
Yeah. So a lot of good stuff there. We're gonna be discussing the state of play Monday. Neil's gonna be joining us Monday there. And we're gonna do a review also the Last Dragon. So we'll do that Monday there as well, discuss the state of play. So yeah, this is Neil. If you want to follow him on Letterbox right here, people can check him out there. He's got all his recent movies that he watched. I just watched this movie a week or so ago. Manchester by the Sea. Very cool there. So yeah, everything Daphne. Anything you got upcoming on oneofus.net?
I actually just did a review for an anime movie on Netflix called Cosmic Princess Kaguya, so feel free to check that out. And later, I'll be doing reviews for the third season of Primal, which is an Adult Swim animated show, and then season 2 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Season 2 is airing right now, so I'll do a review when that's over.
Very cool. This is your review right here.
Yep.
That you got kind of going on there. And this is oneofus.net. People want to check it out there. Very cool. Upcoming streams. No stream planning for this Saturday, this Sunday there. But Friday, we do have a stream. Hopefully, Nick can also join that stream this coming Friday. I'm going to be doing a review for Dracula. Going to be doing a review for Whistle. Going to be doing a review for Wuthering Heights. And also that Gore Verbinski movie, Good Look, Have Fun, Don't Die. I won't be seeing Stranger Chapter 3 until the weekend. I have it scheduled for then. I'll watch it Saturday. Also, I don't have Charlie XCX, that movie, The Moment. I'll be seeing that Sunday, so I'll just do a review for it next Friday. Doing that. But yeah, so got those reviews. Have you seen Dracula already? Have you seen Wuthering Heights? I'm seeing tonight.
Yeah, so I haven't seen a lot of new stuff. I did see Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die this afternoon.
Okay, excited. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on that. Hopefully, I know that was on your most anticipated list. So hopefully it paid off there. Then Monday, like I said, I got a stream with Sage from Rated M for Immaturity, and hopefully Neil will still be joining us. Got State of Play, got a reaction to that, all the biggest trailers, news. Then as well, doing a review for The Last Dragon, and I'll see if I can finish Fallout Season 2. I got to binge that real quick. Sage and Ulysses, they finished that. Also do a review for the Muppet Show there. So it's I thought it was initially like a show, like a TV series, but no, it's just like a TV special that's on Disney Plus.
If only.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe this is like a test run for them to bring back the Muppet Show, I guess. Is that what they're doing?
I guess Seth Rogen's producer clout only goes so far.
Yeah.
Depending on how much Disney just hates the Muppets.
Yeah.
I think every time you see the Muppets, it's always about the Muppets coming back. They never are just the Muppets. Like,
it's like this is it, guys. This is
like the third time the Muppets have been back.
Why is Sabrina Carpenter dressed like the character from Berserk? What's going on? Why is she dressed like that? But okay.
Well, watch out. She's gonna bring the eclipse. Watch out.
Yeah, but I hear it's really good. It's getting rave reviews. So people really liking it there. I asked Sage this. Who's your favorite Muppet? Do you guys have a favorite Muppet or?
Ooh.
Probably Gonzo.
Gonzo? Okay. Yeah, I had to think about it for a minute. I never thought about who's my favorite Muppet before. I either like the two critic Muppets or I like
you would love Statler and Waldorf.
I like them, critiquing the failures of others. That gives me that turns me on. That gets me hot. I like that. I like the Electric Mayhem. I like them. I like those Muppets. Crackhead Muppets, meth head Muppets.
Yeah, Animal I think was always my favorite Muppet.
Yeah. So I like so yeah, do a review for that. Nick, let people know about you, man. What you got coming up? What you got going on, man?
All right. You can find me on all the social media, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd, Blue Sky at Night and Day Nick, and you can find me right here on the Afternoon Tune.
Yes, everything Night and Day Nick there. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, all just Night and Day Nick there. TikTok.
It's right there where you can see my name.
Yeah, a little bit over to the left, a little bit over. Yeah, where your
Yep.
name is. Yep, yeah, that's better right there.
There you
Yeah, yeah, better point right there. All right, I'll just cue this stuff up. We can go ahead and get started on it. Like I said, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl game first. I mean, it really ain't much to talk about. They got fucking decimated, but talk a little bit about it.
My
Let me-
high school football team put up a better fight than the Patriots did.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So our first topic of the day is going to be for Super Bowl 60, where it was the Seattle Seahawks there versus the New England Patriots there. And it was a game. Well, that's about all you can say. It was a game there where the Seattle.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say where the Seattle Seahawks beat the New England Patriots a whopping 29-13 there. It was pretty much they had the handle of them the entire game. I mean, it wasn't even really close. They dominated them on every side of the ball, offensively, defensively, special teams. For a moment there, I thought the kicker was gonna get the MVP. He had pretty much most of the points for most of it. I think he had like 4 field goals, I think it was. And I don't think Seattle didn't score a touchdown until after this first half, I believe.
Yeah, so they kicked a Super Bowl record 5 field goals. Jason Myers did.
Oh, 5, okay.
And then the first touchdown, you're right, the first touchdown didn't happen until early into the fourth quarter. So most of the game, it was just Seattle kicking field goals and the Patriots not scoring any points. So you are
Yeah.
right in that it wasn't really a great game just because, the difference in power between the Seahawks and the Patriots was just so obvious.
Very reminiscent of what happened last year, Eagles and the Chiefs there, where the Eagles just dominated the Chiefs on every side of the ball. Also very similar in the sense that, I mean, defense, they sacked Patrick Mahomes quite a bit and chased him around. I forgot what that stat was last year, but they said he ran all those yards like when he was just scrambling, trying to run for his life. And this, I think they said totally Drake May, I'm sorry, had about I think 20 sacks this postseason. He was the most sacked QB all postseason there. He had 6 sacks total in the Super Bowl game, which was tied for the most of any sacks of any quarterback in a Super Bowl game.
Right.
So yeah, they just harassed him all night.
It really just felt like Drake May and the Patriots just weren't ready for prime time yet, because most of that roster is made up of rookies and first time players on the team, and you got a head coach who's his first year on the job, Mike Vrabel. So it really felt like they just, I don't want to call them frauds, but they kind of were frauds in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a lot to think about of the fact that, if Bo Nix doesn't get hurt for Denver will probably be in the Super Bowl. And I know, playoff runs, I don't want to discredit anything New England or any other team. Things have to go your way a lot to get to a championship game, whether that be in the World Series, whether it be in the Super Bowl, whether that be an NBA championship. People are going to get hurt. That happens. And you just think like, yeah, Bo Nix doesn't break a bone in his ankle. Denver faces off against Patriots. They win that game. They go. Do you think if it's Denver and Seattle, do you think it's the same outcome? Do you think Seattle wins, or do you think, I know it's a big what if there?
I think it's a similar battle in terms of defenses playing well, because both Seattle and Denver's defense were really good. But I think it's a closer game because I think Bo Nix is a more clutch quarterback because they had so many fourth quarter comeback wins over the regular season. The Broncos did. And I think it's a better game overall. But yeah, the Seahawks just kind of controlled the narrative the entire time, even though it wasn't a high-scoring game until they decided to score touchdowns. They just controlled the narrative the entire time.
Yeah. And shout out to Seattle. Congrats to them. This is their second Super Bowl win. And also with them, I didn't really have much of a strong investment. After my Bears got knocked out, I really didn't there. And I guess I was kind of maybe rooting for Seattle. Sam Darnold's got a good comeback story. Sam Darnold was the 3rd pick in the first round. He's part of that 2018 draft class. Amongst him, it was Josh Allen, it was Lamar Jackson. It's kind of a great draft class. People consider that. And he's the guy that actually has made it to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl out of that draft class. There with that. Who could have predicted that? And, he bounced around from all these different teams. He goes to Minnesota, supposed to be the backup there, has like a 1-year deal with them. Supposed to be the backup to the rookie they drafted, JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy gets hurt in practice, then he has to be the starter. Leads that team to, I think they win 14 games, 13 games. Season
Yeah,
there.
they won 14 games, and then admittedly, the last 2 games of that season didn't go great, but he was easily the best Vikings quarterback they've had for like more than a decade, and I bet everyone is just sick to their stomach in the Vikings building for letting this guy go.
Especially the year that the Vikings had, because they didn't make the playoffs. They didn't make the playoffs. JJ McCarthy, he was in and out all year, injuries, and he didn't really play well when he was in. Maybe he can have hopefully he has a better sophomore year.
Hopefully, yeah.
But yeah, so it's a good kind of, and then he goes to Seattle. It's this comeback story. He plays, people think like all that 1 year was a fluke and he's not going to be able to replicate it again. And he goes to Seattle, is able to replicate it, takes the team to the Super Bowl, and they win. He ended up winning. Usually a quarterback wins typically in a game, Super Bowl MVP. He did not win it. Kenneth Walker won it. The running back for the team. I believe he had 135 yards. Let me look up his stats real quick to make sure. But yeah, he had 135. Yeah.
And I think he had 1 touchdown, but I think the main reason he won the MVP is just because he got him in the red zone so often and like ran the clock down so effectively that it effectively just ended the Patriots game plan before it could start.
Yeah, he had 27 carries and 135 yards there. So he did not get a touchdown. No touchdown for him there. I know they called that one back that he bursted out big with.
Oh, right.
They called it back with a flag. Yeah, but he ended up winning. I'm always happy when a non-quarterback gets MVP, because it's always a given that they're going to get MVP. So I was kind of happy. Yeah, it was the running back who kind of got it there. I said, hey, maybe again, if that don't happen, maybe you give it to the kicker. I mean, when is that ever going to happen? He's going to get all those damn field goals.
I mean, the only time a special teams guy ever won MVP was in the 95 Super Bowl with the Packers and Patriots with Devin Hester, but I don't think that's ever going to happen again.
Yeah. And Sam Darnold played a decent game. He was 19 to 38, had 202 yards, 1 touchdown. But mainly it was defense did a lot of the heavy lifting, a lot of takeaways, turnovers, like I said, harassing Drake May, the pick 6 there. So yeah, they did a lot of the heavy lifting there in that game, but he played decent. And I think, when you have a defense like that, the best thing to do is not turn over the ball, play good, play conservative. Look at CJ Stroud and what happens when you have a great defense and you turn over the ball 5 times and,
Right.
even that. Hey, so look what that happened. So you did what he did what he was supposed to do. And
he didn't mess it up. That was the best thing he did, is just not like try to force throws or mess it up. But
yeah,
I mean, I know we're talking about like, oh, Seattle dominated everything. The Patriots actually did play really good defense for the first 3 quarters of the game. And Christian Gonzalez, who's like one of the defensive guys on the Patriots, he did excellently. He's like one of the he's like one of the few good spots on the Patriots just overall, but the Patriots did their job well on the defensive line, I thought.
Yeah. Drake May in comparison. So he was 27 to 43, 295 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. His QBR was a 16.3, so it's pretty bad there, rough. Sam Darnold's QBR was a 53. So yeah, so pretty rough day there. Do you think, and Drake May was the runner-up MVP there, for this year's, Matthew Stafford ended up winning MVP for the year. What do you think is the future here, Patriots? You think they rebound? You think they possibly come back next year? You think Drake May, he ascends even more, wins MVP next year? What's kind of your predictions there?
So I think the Patriots are going to regress slightly. I don't think they're going to like full-blown meltdown, but I think they are going to regress because they're going to have a tougher schedule. Let's be real. A lot of the opponents they played this year were sort of bottom of the barrel teams that had fired coaches or had a bunch of organizational problems, like the Jets and the Browns and stuff like that. But I think they're going to slightly regress. But I think Drake May is going to continue to be a good quarterback. I don't expect another Cinderella run like this, but maybe a wild card spot if I had to just guess right now. I think they have a better shot at getting to the playoffs than, say, the Miami Dolphins or the Jets in their own division, or even, the Browns or the Bengals in the AFC. So, kind of middle of the road is what I'm predicting with them next year.
Yeah. How old is Drake May? Drake May is like 23, I believe, 23. He's a young guy. But it's always not a guarantee. It's always not certain. Like I said, a lot of stuff has to go right for you to make it to the Super Bowl. Like one year Joe Burrow made it to the Super Bowl, everybody was like, "Oh man, he's gonna be back again. Don't worry, Joe Burrow." And his ass ain't sniffed the Super Bowl since
Oh
since he was
boy.
that one year. Who did they lose
I
to? They lost to what, LA that one
Yeah,
year?
they lost to the Rams. That was Matthew Stafford's one Super Bowl win was against the Bengals, but I
Yeah.
feel so bad for Joe Burrow because the reason he is not doing better is because the Bengals are such a terrible organization. I mean, don't get me started on the Bengals, but they are the reason Joe Burrow is not doing better in his career.
Yeah. But Joe Burrow, yeah. And that's no shade at Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow. I think he's an elite guy. It's just that, yeah, it's tough to let me we said I actually played in the Super Bowl once. Yeah. He was the guy that ran on the field. That counts there. He ran for those yards there. The guy who took his shirt off. The
Right.
streaker. There. It's funny that guy when he was running, he saw he saw the one football player chasing. He was like, "Oh shit, okay, I'll slide. I'm not gonna get tackled by him." But yeah, but yeah, it's not a guarantee you're ever gonna make it back again. I mean, fuck the Patriots. They were terrible for like 8 years. All of a sudden they go back to the Super Bowl. Teams ain't been to one Super Bowl. They already back after having a few bad seasons. It's like, man,
I
fuck you.
I gotta be honest. I have an allergic reaction to ever seeing the Patriots host a Lombardi Trophy ever again. Like I've seen them win 6 Super Bowls in my lifetime. I don't need to see them do anymore.
Yeah. Like I said, because of their record this year, they're gonna have a tougher record. They're gonna have a tougher schedule. I'm sorry, next year. So we'll see how they do. AFC, you still got the Bills. They're hanging around. Can they finally break through the glass ceiling? Can they finally make it to a Super Bowl? Josh Allen, can he finally be able to do that? Fulfill the prophecy that everybody wants him to fulfill. Can the Ravens put it together? Lamar, can that happen? Who has some pretty tough competition there? The Chiefs I don't think they're going to rebound. Patrick Mahomes is still
No.
going to be out for probably the majority of the bulk of next year because he tore his ACL probably early January. So he's still got time. So he's still going to be out for majority of next season too.
Right. Yeah, all those teams kind of have tough situations because like the Bills and Ravens both changed coaches this offseason, so they're gonna have to have some adjustments to that. And the Chiefs, I mean, you never want to count them out, but the Chiefs are gonna have an uphill battle with the Mahomes injury and everything involving that.
Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, what do you think is the future for Seattle? You think they possibly come back, they repeat, they do another Super Bowl appearance? What do you think?
I think Seattle's going to be a really good team for the next 3 or 4 seasons because Darnold is on has 2 more years left on his deal with them, and he's not being paid $50 million a year like Mahomes or Allen or Trevor Lawrence or any of those guys. And I think they're gonna have a really strong defense because the coaching staff is just great. I'm a Packers fan. I don't want to play them in the playoffs, so that's a ringing endorsement of their future, I think.
Mm. Yeah, NFC's tough. I mean, you still got the Eagles. They got a new offensive coordinator. See what happens with them. Then you also have LA, who they could come back. They can make another good run there. Matthew Stafford still maybe has like a few more years of his peak. So
Mhm.
he could still be tough competition. Then on top of that, you still got people like the Bears, people like the Packers there you mentioned there. People like, I don't know, I think Detroit, I mean, who knows, maybe they can rebound, maybe they can have something again there.
Yeah.
Like I said, Minnesota, maybe JJ McCarthy figures it out in his sophomore year. I know he's become like a meme and everything like that. When a quarterback's terrible, he's become like a meme. But like I said, maybe he can rebound. So, do you think the NFC is tougher than the AFC right now?
I think so. I mean, I think, yeah, like all those teams are really good teams. Even Detroit, I know they didn't make the playoffs. But I trust Detroit to figure it out and get better next season. But I'm more scared to play. If I were Packers are in the NFC, but like I'm more scared to play teams like the Lions, the Seahawks, and the Rams more than I would be to play the Chiefs or the Ravens or anyone like that, or the Steelers or anyone like that.
Mm, yeah. So we'll see. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I mean, game overall, I mean, wasn't really that exciting of a game. Wasn't a really you're expecting like with a championship game, like, hey, nail biter, down to the wire, something like that you're expecting. Now, if it's my team, I don't really care. I want a blowout, 40-0. I don't care if anybody's in
Right.
the pain. Fuck that. But yeah, I mean, so it really wasn't on that front. Do you think this was better or worse than last year game?
Was this better than last year's? I think this is a slightly better game than last year because it was with teams that haven't been to the Super Bowl recently. The problem with last year's game was because everyone was tired of seeing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and the Eagles were there like the 2 years ago prior to that. So it wasn't really like anything new. So even though the game itself wasn't great, at least seeing different teams made it more interesting to me, at least.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's a little better than last year. It was a closer game because I think what was the game with Eagles and Chiefs? It was like what 30 something to 20.
It was 40 to 26,
40.
but it was 40 to 26, but like the final score looks a lot more respectable than it really was because all the Chiefs points were
Garbage
when it was
time.
were garbage time points, so it doesn't even count really.
Yeah, so it was like, that was just that was a rough one. But yeah, so I'll see you there. That was our talk there. Super Bowl 60. Congratulations again to the Seattle Seahawks, city of Seattle there. The 12s, as they call the fans there. So shout out to them. Very awesome there.
Yeah, good job. Good job, everyone.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get into these Super Bowl commercials. So of course, as always with the game, people love the Super Bowl commercials there. Love to talk about them, to discuss them there. People are going like, man, these commercials seem like they're getting worse and worse every year. There we're gonna be giving our favorite and some of our worst, what we thought were the worst commercials of the night. I'll start off with the ones I thought were really good there.
Okay.
And I know Neil, you put your list in there as well there. Some that you really a few that you enjoyed there, or are those ones that you enjoyed or ones that you didn't like?
Those are the ones I enjoyed. Yeah,
Okay.
the ones I didn't like all kind of follow the same thing, but we'll get to those later.
Okay. So I'll show the ones that I liked there. And I don't know, Nick, did you pay attention much to the commercials at all?
I did not. Nope.
Okay. Okay. But I think you'll like this one, man. So one of my favorite commercials of the night was the Yorgos Lanthimos commercial there with Emma Stone. And let me play. And you like Yorgos Lanthimos, man?
Oh yeah, I do.
You're a freak. You like him, yeah.
And I love Yorgos. He's my favorite pretentious ass movie director.
So let's check this one out.
And give this commercial the award for best cinematography. Bella Baxter years later.
Damn. That's $1 million right there. All the MacBooks right there.
Hey, it's she throws away laptops like Neil Breen does.
That's a good shot right there. I like that shot. Yeah. So that was Squarespace, Yorgos Lanthimos, Emma Stone, frequent collaborators. They did a Squarespace commercial together. What were you guys' thoughts on that one?
It's it's funny. It's well shot.
Yeah, okay. It's way more artistic than any Super Bowl commercial has any right to be, and I love both Emma Stone and Yorgos, so have them make a Super Bowl commercial every year, please.
So that's very awesome there. So yeah, for Squarespace there, like I said, I mean, it has kind of his tinge of humor, his style there. Of course, like I said, frequent collaborator Emma Stone there. Maybe I was wondering if Jesse Plemons was gonna pop up at one point, as well. It'd be funny if he was the person on the rollerblades there. I wonder how that was supposed to.
I have
No, no, no.
expected. I have expected. Who is it? The guy who like got the goat brain at the very end of Poor Things. I have expected him to
Oh,
be the guy in the rollerblades.
Oh,
they
yeah.
they need to show lobsters since they're in the lighthouse. They need to show lobsters just to tie it back to his one of his first movies.
Um, this was another one I really liked as well. So this dealt with Sabrina Carpenter and Pringles. This one I
Oh
really
yeah.
enjoyed as well. There, let's take a look at this one.
I like Sabrina Carpenter's media personality a lot.
Yeah, she's fun. She seems fun. She was what, a Disney kid, right? She was a Disney
Yeah,
kid.
she got her start on Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know what show it was, but was it that Girl Meets World? Was it that?
I
Yes,
think
it
so.
was.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she was the main girl, the main character's friend.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
She left Barry Keegan at the end of Please, Please, Please.
I thought that was a really cute one. Yeah. With the like mannequin Pringles, Fitz kind of there going on a date with him. Yeah, was that kind of a good one for you there, Neil?
Yeah, I like that one. I thought that was amusing.
Mm. Yeah. And like I said, Sabrina Carpenter, she's got a fun personality there. Really, like I said, good at humor. Well, I'd love to see her in a comedy movie. I think she'd work really well in a comedy film there.
I really
Uh,
liked most of the sketches I've watched when she hosts SNL.
mm, yeah,
Yeah.
she was really good on there. Thank you for being one of the people watching SNL. That reminds me about that. Yeah. Another one I really liked that I was thought was pretty good there. So this is a Levi ad there. I kind of just like it mainly for the ending of who shows up at the end there. That's quite about it. But some people said that this was maybe a response to what American Eagle did, their commercial.
Oh, right. Yeah, this one.
But I think get you guys' opinion on it. So this is my other one here.
Okay.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Other brothers can't deny.
Yeah, the Born in the USA there. You had that one.
Mhm.
Mhm. So that's kind of the part I like the most. Dochi, yeah, shout out to Dochi. Yeah, simple one. I mean, just showing some asses, all types of asses. It was ass inclusive.
Yeah.
There you had plumber ass, you had construction worker ass, you had female ass in there, dancer ass. It was very all inclusive.
We got toy ass,
Toy
everything.
ass. Very, very nice and very inclusive for everybody there. So that was pretty awesome. So I kind of like that one quite a bit there. So yeah, you had that one.
Yeah.
Then after those ones, I will say kind of after those ones, it kind of gets harder to find one I really liked. So these ones I kind of think are just kind of just fine, really.
Mhm.
And this one was one with Lady Gaga, who made two appearances at the Super Bowl there. It was funny what people say. I'll tell you what people said about this one afterwards there, but this one was a Pokemon one. So I'll play this one.
Somehow that doesn't really surprise me that that's her favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, it was funny. They said somebody said, "Damn, this bitch know everybody. She know Bad Bunny. She know Jigglypuff. Like, she connected everybody. Wow, Lady Gaga." I think isn't that the that's the woman from Black
Yeah,
Panther?
that's Jisoo.
Jisoo. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's Zygarde.
I know that's Trevor Noah. I don't know who the other people are though, but
I think Jacob Elordi, I think, was the one that said Arcanine.
oh, that was Jacob Elordi sitting at the table.
I may be mistaken.
Nah, that's not Jacob Elordi.
No, that ain't him.
Getting your white people mixed up, man. Damn,
Nope. Yeah, same look, same hair, not him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jisoo. Okay. Oh, it's a dude named let's see, Charles
Leclerc.
Leclerc.
Hmm.
Okay.
The only problem with this commercial is that Blastoise is obviously the best Pokemon, and he wasn't referenced here.
Yeah. So it's for Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go to the polls. Okay, so it's there you go. Do you have a favorite Pokemon, Nick? You have a favorite Pokemon?
I wasn't a Pokemon kid when I was younger.
Oh, you went with Digimon? You like Digimon?
Nah, I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid when I was young.
Oh, okay. You can't be both. Yeah, you can be both. You had Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon there. The dog fighting the Pokemon. What about you, Neil?
I was a Pokemon kid for Red and Blue and a little bit into the Gold and Silver era, but yeah, Blastoise is my favorite Pokemon. Easy.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty simple. I like Charizard. That's one of my favorite Pokemon there. I haven't kept up with Pokemon in years. They got all these new type of Pokemon and different generations of them now. I haven't kept up with it. I know people are fist fighting each other at stores for Pokemon cards. I guess they're worth a lot of money now. So people are doing that. And this was my last one. This one I thought was fine. I thought it was, just like, okay, this is whatever. But this is my last one here. And this is one with Elijah Wood. This is the Skittles commercial. Skittles, of course, they always doing some weird shit at the Super Bowl, always weird. What was the one they did with the monkey, Chunka monkey, or whatever the hell that was?
Purple, like Chihuahua monkey, something like that.
Yeah, so they always doing kind of some weird creations here. So this is the one with Elijah Wood here.
Boy, the years have not been kind to Frodo. I don't get this one, to be honest.
Yep.
You said you didn't really get it. Yeah. Wasn't your flavor there? Wasn't your type of Skittles there?
No, not enough yellow Skittles for me.
Okay. What about you there, Nick?
It's fine.
Yeah. So I say it's kind of struggles to get to kind of the ones that you kind of like the most eventually. Where I say it wasn't really, I feel like a huge selection to choose from, and it kind of got weaker. But those were some of my favorite ones there. And then Neil, you had a few there as well that you really liked. This was a Budweiser one that you really liked. So I played this one as well there. And what did you like about this one?
I just think it's kind of funny imagery of seeing a horse and an eagle. Like, I'm kind of a simpleton with my commercial picks. I just am like, if it's kind of amusing, I like it. And it plays Leonard Skinner Freebird, so that's always a funny song with the imagery.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cute animals. Cute animals is
Mhm.
always going to be a good win there with that.
Yeah.
Eh. So okay. That's one of the things that is always in the country song, beer. It's always going to be big there. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I do remember seeing this one, and yeah, I kind of forgot about this one, but yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of cute there.
Yeah.
And then you had another one there, which was a Pepsi one. Now I heard a lot of people talk about this one as well, but it seemed like a lot of people like this one, the one with the polar bear.
Yeah.
Um,
This one is probably the best one that you haven't covered yet, I would say.
Mhm.
okay, let's take a look at it.
Had a whole ass existential crisis.
That's the reason I like it, is because the polar bear has an existential crisis.
Tell me about your mother.
Take a Waititi. Are you a Coca-Cola guy or Pepsi guy?
I'm more of a Coca-Cola guy, but I always get tired of seeing the same polar bears in the same Coca-Cola commercial, so it was just amusing to see him in a Pepsi one.
Just a polar bear walking down the street. Oh, I didn't reference that.
Oh, they're doing that.
Yeah. Wow. And that dude, like, man, y'all can't let me live. I can't watch the Super Bowl in peace, man.
No, they're doing that. That like when that CEO got caught at the Coldplay concert.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like, damn, man. He probably, that guy was probably just sitting at home, probably trying to enjoy the game. He was like, oh man, it's like, oh,
Man, if that polar bear is cheating on Coca-Cola, though, they gotta get called out.
And your other one is actually one of my one. It's on my list for worst of commercials, actually.
Oh, okay. I bet I
yeah.
know which one this is.
So this is the one. It's the Goodwill Duncan commercial here. So for the past like a couple years, Ben Affleck has been like the guy for Duncan. He's been like the spokesperson of Duncan. I guess because everybody since saw that photo of him like fumbling all over them Duncan shit. He orders a lot apparently.
Hey,
this
because photos of him in the middle of an existential crisis while on a Dunkin' run keep popping up on the internet.
Yeah, so he orders a lot of coffee, a lot of drinks, a lot of donuts. He's big in there. So yeah, it just to me is just kind of weird. I mean, the whole de-aging thing with everybody here.
Hell.
Yeah, this is here mainly just because I like seeing all these actors show up, like having Urkel and Carlton, and all these guys in the same room is funny to me.
Yeah, what about you, Nick? What do you think?
Yeah, the de-aging kind of took me out of it, especially once I didn't mind it until Ted Danson came on because I know him so well from a lot of his recent work. But yeah, you saw it like here. I just kind of like jumped back in my seat when I saw that. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
fucking hell.
Man, is that what happened to Ted Danson when he came back to Earth from the Good Place? Like,
He was forced to work at a Dunkin'.
after he returned that mail, life just went downhill real quick.
But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of what bothered me about it. Just kind of like the weird kind of CGI thing of it, with it, and that I was kind of like, yeah, I'm done. I don't know if they used AI or I don't know if it was CGI. I don't know which one they used there with that. And then here comes the one that we just referenced earlier in it. And people are going like, what is the message of this? Like, what are you trying to convey? What are you selling with this? And that's Mike Tyson. Let me play this one.
He's super serious, guys.
Eat real food, realfood.gov. Anybody check out that website, realfood.gov?
No, I'm almost afraid to be honest.
I'm
Uh,
I'm scared too.
let me put up on the screen here. But what do you think is kind of going on with that commercial? What do you think is happening there? Uh,
I think he's really big fans of RFK and thinks this is and things assessing the right problem with a terrible solution is what I think's going on.
yeah. So this is the website right here. Gives a bunch of stats. It seems like kind of here. So it says the solution.
Mhm.
So it says for the first time, official U.S. guidance calls on Americans to avoid highly processed food. This is not an attack on industry or legal definition. It reflects a public health reality families live with every day. That's all. That's the solution. That's it. Uh, okay. No type of regulations. No
Mhm.
nothing. No stopping big corporations from super PACs from buying out politicians. Nothing like that, huh? Okay.
Or like having a bunch of like HGHs and like meats and stuff like that, just
Okay. And then it just gives you a bunch of recommended foods. So it's like basically when
Mhm.
I don't know, do kids still have that? The pyramid, the food pyramid now with all the
I
like
don't think I think the food pyramid that that they keep demonizing as like this is the food pyramid that puts Fruit Loops at like the top, which shows me two things: one, that you didn't read the fucking thing, and two, you're an idiot. But I feel like that's been like out of use for at least like the past 20 years, because last I remember seeing that was like when I was in like middle school.
yeah,
right.
like I haven't seen that since I was a little kid. They used to teach you about the pyramid and like you eat this is on top and then everything from the
Mhm.
bottom, all that. I haven't seen that in since I was probably in middle school. Um Yeah, I mean, he came on strong. I mean, he said he was fat and sloppy and nasty, and
Hey,
he
hey, it does what any great advertisement does, and it gets your attention.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it did. I mean, I was like, "Oh shit, Mike Tyson," and it's like, "Oh shit, Mike Tyson's telling me I'm fat." Oh, okay, good. Right.
I'm
Um,
fat.
yeah, I mean,
All
like,
right, all right, man. I'll eat an apple. Jeez.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ, fine. I'll eat some bananas. Jesus, leave me alone.
and that's kind of the big thing with this administration, trying to make Americans healthier, fitter. I guess that's a big
Mhm.
thing. You see Pete Hegseth struggle to do 2 pull-ups. You know what I mean? That's the thing there. Robert Kennedy Jr. there, trying to struggle to do 10 push-ups. You know what I mean? Grunting loudly on the ground. Um, yeah,
Remember when these guys got on Michelle Obama for doing the exact same thing like 8 or 10 years ago?
yeah. When she was
That's all
trying to do the
I'm
whole
I feel like
move thing, yeah.
feel like you're forgetting one key component.
I know what that key component is for sure.
Yeah, like I remember, yeah, her because first ladies always have like a thing that's their cause that they kind of
Mhm.
do, and with Michelle Obama, it was like healthy, trying to make kids healthier, school lunches healthier for kids,
Mhm.
and then she was trying to fight the whole thing of bringing out like processed foods as school lunches, and then Republicans really fought her hard on that, and then she kind of just settled for exercise, like get up and just move. I think it was called like Move actually, or
Mhm.
something like that just to get it's like, hey, just exercise at least 30 minutes a day or an hour a day or something like that. But it's not addressing the larger issue of you got all these processed foods, but what about all these companies like these corporations, the big sodas and candy that buy out the politicians that do all these packs for them, donate all this
Mhm.
money. It's not addressing that. It's not addressing the healthcare factor of those things of like healthcare is very incredibly expensive. What are you doing about that?
It's all window dressing is what it is. This is just like nothing
Dollars to
solutions
maintain.
to real.
Yeah. It's a multi-complex problem that it's not going to be eating an apple and looking at a website and it helps to research more about the food that you're eating and consuming and everything like that. And they have like
Right.
here, of course, because they're also big on AI. They got like a whole AI thing you can use AI to get answers about real food here. Any food that you want to get an answer on there, we can ask the AI there.
Yeah,
Um,
nothing that I don't already know.
you know,
Um, how healthy are oranges?
okay, let's ask. Oh, so it sends me to another thing. Oh, it sends me to fucking Gronk. Oh, of course.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh, so oranges are very healthy and rank among the most nutrient dense everyday fruits you can eat. They are low in calories, packed with essential vitamins, especially vitamin C, minerals, fiber, and beneficial plant compounds, while offering hydration and natural sweetness without added sugars. Well, there you go.
All right.
I'm not a big orange guy myself. I don't really like oranges too much. Yeah. But apples I like. Apples, carrots, they're pretty good there. But did you eat an apple after watching it? Anybody eat an apple? Pull an apple out the fridge? Like, oh, okay. Mike Tyson told me to.
I was too disturbed by that. I was still a little hurt by him calling me a fat floppy fudgy blob.
I ate Brussels sprouts the next day for lunch, so that counts, I guess.
All right, you won't get beat up by Mike Tyson, then, man. That'll suffice.
Very good.
Here's another one. This was on my worst commercial list there. Because I just don't like this technology. I think this technology is kind of weird. The way people use it is kind of strange there. I'm wondering if you guys can already tell what I'm talking about.
Is it the vodka commercial?
That was on my list, but it's
it
coming
an
up.
AI one?
Not AI, nah. It is for the Meta glasses that they kind of got here. This is. Well, I guess it is AI because I didn't know you could actually talk to the glasses. I didn't know you could actually do that too with them. Yeah. So athletic intelligence.
But what does it do? Like,
so it's just like it records things. You have these glasses, it records. And then it's kind of the GoPro type thing too, and you can like upload it, like I said, upload it to YouTube and everything like that. But a lot of people use it, do pranks and stuff like that with it, harass people on the street with it. Also, you think about the implication of there with women and what men do there with the glasses. There's people that do it, like you see some cool stuff people do here, like people snowboarding or people skydiving or watching a basketball game or something like that. Like that'd be cool to have it for that case, but most people are not gonna use that shit for that. You know what I mean? Like most people are gonna use it to stalk somebody in Target or something. You know what I mean? What do you guys think about that commercial and the technology?
I just don't really like having this super accessible video recording stuff for on glasses. It's weird. It just seems like it's going to lead to a bunch of creeps doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that same way.
Yeah, so that's kind of my kind of issue with it is kind of that kind of going on. But some people do use it responsibly. I've seen some because people who are like food reviewers, like people ask for, they go into a restaurant, ask for consent, like, hey, can I, record you? I got Meta glasses on, I'm trying out food and everything like that. And people say like, well, you don't have to ask for anybody's consent, you could just record them. But it's just a respectful, nice thing to do to ask.
It's just being polite.
To do that, that's all it is. So there's some people that do that. I forgot the TikToker I follow that does that. I forgot her name. But she's really good. I like watching her videos. She does she goes to all these different restaurants and tries all this different food. All right. So that was one there. So since you already brought it up there, Neil, I'll do this other commercial here. So this was, I guess the weirdest one was this vodka one with these robots here. So we'll play this one.
What the fuck?
This isn't a commercial. This is a horror film.
They look like the robots from iRobot. They look like that. They kind of look
They
like
do.
Sonny was lovable. I don't know what these are.
Well, and it's just seeing the people in the background half animated and stuff. It's just,
I didn't catch that at first. There's a dude doing a Rick James, Dave Chappelle version of the fuck your couch thing right there. I didn't catch that at first. It's funny they threw that reference in there. The dude in the back right there. Yeah, he's like the fuck your couch guy. Yeah. So why was this one you hated a lot there, Neil?
I just think the animation is ugly as sin, to be honest. That's really all it is. I just think it's an ugly looking commercial, and that's really all there is to it.
Yeah. What's your thoughts there, Nick?
That commercial was horrifying.
Yeah.
Not only is the animation bad, it's just, of all the things to try and sell your vodka, you picked the two creepiest looking robots you could find.
Yeah. Doesn't make me. I mean, I don't drink vodka anyway, but I don't understand somebody's getting
It
that thirsty.
tastes like nothing.
Okay. So yeah. Since we were talking about AI anyway, we were talking about the other commercial. Here's one that a lot of people were disturbed by as well because they were like, "You're not going to use." Same like with the Meta glasses. It's like, "Hey, look, I could do all this cool stuff and watch me skydiving and snowboarding." People with like this technology is like, "You are not going to use it for this, and this doesn't actually work in this way." And one of you guys can think about this one. So this was the Ring camera one. Let's check this one. Um,
Gee, I don't see what could possibly happen with this technology that's going on in news recently.
Well, hey man, that movie Mercy, it showed us, man. It showed us what happens when when we have that me and Nick reviewed it. So yeah, another AI thing, and with these Ring cameras, they also say that I think in the licensing agreement, all the terms and conditions, like they're allowed to access your footage there, like ICE, like DHS is allowed to access that footage to find people there. You have no real consent in that manner. So yeah, and people are like, yeah, I mean, you're finding this. I mean, I guess they said like, wouldn't you be using this technology for more something serious, like finding maybe a child or something? I guess you didn't want to use a child because that'd be too depressing. I think maybe for people to think about that.
And also, as you know, we're currently seeing our administration cares very little about children.
Yeah. So there's that though aspect. Do you guys have Ring cameras or no?
No.
No.
I do. It can with our home, but you know, I will admit it is helpful for, you know, certain things, but
Yeah.
I don't like this 1984 shit. I don't like it.
Yeah. And they also talk about like if you have the Ring app, there's like a community thing, like where people in the community, you know, chat in there. Sometimes it's kind of helpful because like you know, like let's say the power goes out and there's people reporting like, oh shit, the power's back up here, or they're reporting the power's gonna come back or something like that. Like that helpful sometimes. And then there's sometimes, yeah, I hear people reporting like they lost a cat or a dog or something like, oh, I saw this cat. I don't really keep up with it. I don't know if they actually ever find the cat or dog, but you know, I mean, I never see one, so it's kind of like out of my hands. But hopefully, good luck to them. But yeah, so it's kind of like that stuff kind of going on. But yeah, the technology is, yeah, I mean, you know, kind of very weird there, much like with the Meta glasses, the way they kind of use it there. All right. Just got a couple of more. Since we're on AI anyway, so this was one where people were like, what the fuck is this company supposed to be? What are you really doing with it? And this was another AI company here. I'll play this one. AI.com. That's it.
Okay, what is it?
This is the Gabbo of Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah, people are like, okay, go on AI.com, but what are you supposed to do with it? Is it another search engine like Gronk or ChatGPT, or is it your like AI profile? Is it like what the hell are you supposed to do? And then when this commercial actually was out, I don't even think the website was actually up yet. A lot of people were trying to find it and go like, I can't even go to it. Like what the hell's happening there? So just again, it's just another AI. Like this Super Bowl season like was dominated by AI slop, AI commercials all around. As we played the last few of them. Do you use any AI search engines at all there? Either of you? I don't know if you do or not.
I occasionally use it for work just to look up, you know, some stuff, but not on like everyday things. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I work in IT tech support, so I'll use it, but only like as a last resort if there's a problem that, you know, I just can't figure out.
So pretty often you use.
Fuck you.
Yeah, so a lot of people were just yeah, kind of just confused about that one and kind of like, yeah. And this last one, nostalgia baits brings out the nostalgia in people, much like kind of the Duncan one. So they bring out Jurassic Park for this one.
This one was pretty bad.
Now we were looking I looked at this with Sage. He said kind of the faces look kind of weird. What do you guys like right here? It looks pretty weird. Like they did some AI or de-aging CGI here.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm confused. Are these actually Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum, or are these guys like playing them, or is it just AI junk?
Now this scene right here looks like it's straight from the movie. They look like they got it just ripped from the movie here. But then with
Yeah.
like you said with Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum, I didn't really see if it was actually them or if it was just another people like they just put their faces on them there. I assume it is, and you also have Laura Dern in this as well. But it's basically just a commercial for Xfinity. It's like hey, which Xfinity they always that shit always goes out. I mean, I don't know why you rely on fucking Xfinity. They always have
I've never had
outages.
as many problems as I've had with my like home Wi-Fi until I started with Xfinity.
Yeah, like it's always they're always working on the lines or the tower. It's like, damn, bro, again. And, like it's like the third time this month, and it's just down. It's like okay, uh, but yeah, so that's basically all it is there. But it's just like the weird again, like bringing them back and the weird kind of CGI, much like with the Dunkin' commercials, with that kind of going on, which I had an issue with. Yeah, so that was all the best and worst commercials for the Super Bowl there. You think people are getting less and less interested in the commercials? People are going like, okay, I mean, it's kind of getting pretty terrible there. Now it's all AI, gambling, crypto, all that type of stuff. What do you think?
I think if they do this again next year, it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot more vocal about it. But like,
Mhm.
yeah, just too many AI, too many crypto, sports betting, these kind of adjacent things. Too much of that stuff.
Yeah. All right. Now, probably the best thing that happened Super Bowl night, I would say, better
Mhm.
than the game, better than the commercials, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was the halftime performer for Super Bowl 60 there. Very awesome there. And he got announced there. What did you guys think about when he first got announced? What did you guys think about?
Go
I
ahead.
didn't give a shit. I like his music. I thought, yeah, there's he wouldn't have been my first choice for a Super Bowl halftime performance, but whatever.
Yeah. What about
Yeah,
you?
I thought it was an inspired choice. I wasn't familiar with his music beforehand, but it was an inspired choice, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I knew of Bad Bunny. I actually guessed Bad Bunny would probably be the halftime performer there. I wasn't as prophetic as one guy. There was the one tweet that went out there like that day of like the anniversary. Somebody pulled up his tweet of when Kendrick Lamar performed. He says like, "Man, people are so mad. I hope next year they bring out a Bad Bunny and speaks only Spanish for the whole Super Bowl." And then, sure enough, boom, it happened. That guy was prophetic. It happened right on cue. It was like, wow, man. Man, somebody was asking, hey, man, can I get the Super Bowl? Can I get lottery ticket numbers, man? I mean, like, if you're gonna be that good. And he's a huge international superstar, Bad Bunny. Someone said he had 19.8 billion streams there. Beat Taylor Swift for amount of number of streams there. So he's very well known there. He primarily did the show in Spanish there. He said a few English words, but he primarily did it in Spanish. Those show there. I'm not gonna say I'm a huge Bad Bunny fan or anything like that. I'm not, but I just know of him. But I thought he put on a good show. And people were like, "Hey, I mean, I didn't understand what he said, but I caught the vibe. I knew what the vibe was, and I caught that, and it was a great vibe." Oh, you're muted. Oh, you're muted again. I don't know. Something's wrong with your mic there, I think. Yeah. But yeah, I caught the vibe. I knew kind of what was happening there, people like that. And that I kind of felt the same way. I thought the production value was really great. I thought the visuals were really great. He did a really cool shot, like when he was in the sugarcane field, where he was like doing a dolly
Mhm.
motion there. I thought that was really great. Reminded me of that. It was very cinematic. I thought with that aspect there. I'll show you if I can find that shot there. But I thought that was really awesome there. Yeah,
Yeah, the
no,
choreography was
I can't hear you,
outstanding.
Nick. Yeah, go ahead, Neil.
The choreography was outstanding, though. I thought the whole show flowed really well. It was really, you could tell it was made for TV just because of like how many sets they transition between, whether it's like the cornfield set or like the wedding set and everything in between. It was very highly put together and really entertaining.
Yeah. And also it's like he brought, the culture, the history of Puerto Rico there with the sugarcane fields.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we go.
I can hear you now.
Oh,
Nick.
there we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and yeah, like what you were saying, brought the history of Puerto Rico with the the sugarcane fields, and how that culture is like been brought over to the U.S. with immigration. It was a great showcase of storytelling, which I think some of the best Super Bowl halftime shows have done.
Yeah. So that was kind of really cool there. Like he had the sugarcane fields, he had the guy selling the jewelry, he had like that guys with the cart there, which by the way, his restaurant, I think they say is blowing up. Like a lot of people go into that restaurant now because it was featured there. He had a couple get married there as well. And that was a real couple. That was a real couple that got married. And I said, like, man, you can't get divorced after that. Like after you get married, like, what the fuck? Like, what do you want to do after
you're
that?
stuck?
Yeah, like, bro, that's such a great ass story. Like, bro, we got married at the Super Bowl. Like, what the fuck? Like, you can't.
We got married at the Super Bowl and Lady Gaga sang at the reception.
Yeah, like, bro, you can't top that. Like, nah, fuck that. We staying together forever. Nah, fuck that. That's too good of a story. So that was really awesome there. There was some misinformation a little bit because they said that the little boy that he gave the Grammy to, some people thought that was Ramos, the little boy that got kidnapped by ICE there. So that wasn't actually, it was a child actor by the name of Lincoln Fox there. That was that little boy. But so it seemed like to me, the way I interpreted that was like, I don't know, do you think it was him giving the Grammy to like his younger self, or do you think it was him giving the Grammy to just like the future of after him, you know what I mean, the younger generation? How did you guys interpret that?
I thought it was just him kind of giving the Grammy back to his community, essentially, because it's like it's a young kid, it's in the middle of Puerto Rico, kind of living. So that's kind of how I took it.
What about you there, Nick?
Yeah, that's kind of how I took it too. It's like him giving back to the youth of his community.
Yeah. That kid looked like he ain't giving that shit back. He looked like, man, that's mine now.
He's keeping that. This is gonna go nuts on eBay.
Yeah, I was like, that's mine now. Yeah. So
I don't know. Benito's got like a couple more Grammys in the closet. He'll be fine.
He ain't losing sleep over one Grammy.
And it's fun because you have the family, like the family's like, right there watching him win Grammy of the year. I mean, album of the year, Grammy there. So he's got them kind of watching him there. So that was kind of a great moment. So there was a lot of just great moments in the show there. And it did kind of remind me of, kind of a little bit like the Kendrick show last year, where it's like the storytelling aspect of, different kind of things there. And he also had guests. He had Ricky Martin showed up there. Ricky Martin looks really good, by the way. I was like, I ain't seen Ricky Martin in years. He looked really good. So he had a bit there. I know, Neil, you said your wife is a fan of Bad Bunny and everything like that.
She is, yeah. This is like the one part of the game she really paid attention to, but yeah, she really liked the show too. And you're right, they had really good guests and everything. I was saying this to her, the only person missing was Carlos Santana just coming out and shredding like nobody's business.
No, I mean, he had all the big Latin superstars. Cardi B, she was dancing there as well.
The Mandalorian,
Jessica Alba, Pedro Pascal, Juan Hamon was there.
Right.
Yeah, you had that. Carla G was there as well there. She was there. Yeah, so a lot of big kind of some Latin stars there that were there showing up. Somebody said Jessica Alba didn't look like she didn't have no rhythm. She looked she was lost or something like that. You know what I mean? Like so this was her. The camera pans by her in this shot right here. But yeah, she was like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing it. All right, okay, moving. You had Paige Pascal there. Yeah, he looks happy. But yeah, that was a good moment there. That was kind of awesome. So yeah, it was great getting an insight on their culture and what's kind of important there and getting an insight on that. Like I thought that was kind of really cool there. How would you compare this halftime show to last year's halftime show?
Personally, I thought the last year's show was a bit more like explosive and attention grabbing because you had the Drake feud as like the narrative in the background. But This one I felt like was more of a elaborate production. So like
Mhm.
I still think the Kendrick one was a bit more attention grabbing, but this one felt like more like a fully realized
Mhm.
show, I thought.
Mm.
Yeah,
What about you?
I'm kind of that same way. I think the Kendrick performance last year, that was a little bit more more explosive. That was a bit more of like a showcase for that artist versus this, where it was more like a performance piece. It was more of using Bunny's music to tell the story of like these different eras of these different aspects of Puerto Rican culture.
Yeah. And on like the big screen, he had Love is More Powerful Than Hate. He had that on there,
Mhm.
the Jumbotron screen there. He also had a very sweet kind of message here where, you know what I mean? I thought that was really good there. He said there, he says, because I never stop believing in me, and you also must believe in yourself. There. He was talking to you, man. He's talking to you, Nick.
Mhm.
He's pointing directly at you, man.
I feel
Benito
that.
himself. Yeah, so I thought that was really good there. And then he wrote on the football, he said, together we are America. And then that's when he started naming all the countries in, North America, and also South America as well there. Some people are watching going like, wait, that's a country? What the fuck? I didn't know that. That's a part of America. So yeah, that was kind of a great moment. I thought, what were some of your favorite moments from the performance itself? Do you guys have any moments particularly for you that really stood out as one of your favorites part of the performance there?
I thought the bit towards the end with like him spiking the football was really good. I thought it was a really good explanation point to the whole performance. But I just thought the transition between like him going into the cornfield to like the wedding and then back to the power lines, I just thought that was really interesting and intricate to look at.
Mm. What about you there, Nick?
Yeah, I think it's early in the performance. It's like where he's dancing on the roof of that little that little hacienda, and then he like falls in the middle of the living room. I thought that was a very cool section of the performance.
Yeah. I recognize Gasoline. I was like, oh, that's Gasolina. So I think I recognize that. So that was like one of the only songs I recognize. I was like, oh, I know that one.
Yeah, I
There.
think Daddy Yankee produces some of Bunny's music.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay. But yeah, so it's tough for me to compare last year and
Mhm.
this year because I'm like, well, I knew a lot of what Kendrick was doing. I knew a lot of the songs.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, he's playing this song, he's playing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
song.
I'm much more intimate with Kendrick's discography than I am Bad Bunny's.
Yeah, so I'm more well versed in that. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, this is what he's doing. So yeah, so it's tough for me to compare it, but I still loved a lot what Bad Bunny did. Let me pull up the rating. Now, there was reports at first that he had to broke the record for
Mhm.
highest Super Bowl rating there for a halftime performance. But they calculated the numbers again, and it turns out so he's the fourth
Mhm.
highest one. Kendrick is still top. So being a hater is still more powerful
Hate.
than is being a lover there. So he's
Say Drake indeed, I guess.
yeah, so that's still kind of more powerful there. But yeah, but not to diminish what Bad Bunny did there. He still did really, really amazing stuff there. So let me show this one here. So this is what right here, so Kendrick here had a 133.5 million. Below him is Michael Jackson, 133.4 million. Usher with 129.3 million. Bad Bunny is number 4 with 128.2 million, and Rihanna is with 121 million. So you have that. So still very impressive, still very awesome there for Bad Bunny, what he did there.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. But not everybody loved it, man. Not everybody appreciated
Yeah, not
uh
not everybody appreciated it. In fact, you had a whole like website put on their own halftime performance, halftime show.
Hmm.
yeah, the TPUSA, they had their own halftime show. I'm gonna show some clips from that halftime show there. That
Please,
kind of
because I have not
We
subjected myself to this, so please.
it is like you remember that Bo Burnham joke about like country songs and how, they're written today?
Mhm.
Hmm.
It's basically an hour and a half of that.
There's one especially that people were really clowning hard that I think you'll get a kick of there.
Mhm.
But let's start with the most kind of unhinged reactions that we had from people reacting to the Bonito Bowl, as people are calling it here.
Megan Kelly.
Yeah, I got Megan Kelly. Let's start. I can do Megan Kelly one first there. Let's go with her. So she was getting interviewed by Piers Morgan here. There, and this is what Megan Kelly had to say about good old Bad Bunny at the halftime show. Oh, let me make sure I turn on the audio here. You got to hear all this racism.
Yeah, you got to hear this
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Oh man. Oh, I thought. Yeah, here we go. Here, all right.
Oh,
Skip over this real quick and then get to it right here.
Mhm. Boy, she's more mad about this than like Trump raping girls on Epstein Island.
Yeah,
remember
I mean,
that movie a couple years ago that tried to paint Megan Kelly as a human being? What was it? Bombshell?
yeah.
Yes.
So she kind of went on that. You know what I mean? I never heard somebody say Latinos like a slur before. That's my first time. I haven't experienced that before.
That's a
But yeah, so people had an issue. So when Bad Bunny first got announced, people had a problem there with that, of just in terms of people like, well, why are you getting Bad Bunny? He's not American. And somebody pointed out, well, he's Puerto Rican, which is a part of America. Me and Neil, we reacted to that clip there about that. With somebody talking about that before.
Right.
And then people said like, well, he's going to mainly speak in Spanish there. And so people had an issue with that as well. And then here's another kind of unhinged reaction to it right here. So this is Laura Loomer. She says illegal aliens and Latin hookers twerking at the Super Bowl. Not a single white person or English translation at the Super Bowl. This isn't white enough for me. Can't even watch a Super Bowl anymore because immigrants have literally ruined everything there. So that was her reaction.
damn. Even the most racist people in the country didn't want to watch the Turning Point USA halftime show.
Yeah. And so supposedly they're claiming TPUSA that there were 6 million concurrent viewers watching that.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Let's test
Bullshit.
that theory. Okay, so they claim 6 some million viewers. I have it pulled up on my thing. Comments 64,100 comments and 860,000 likes. They said how many million viewers?
They're claiming 6 million concurrent. That's what they're claiming.
All right. Well, I'm calling bots.
Yeah, there is no way in hell that ratio holds up.
There is no
unless,
fucking way.
Well,
So-
here's the thing. Let's say 6 million people did watch the TPUSA show. Bad Bunny got 140 million, so like that's not really the flex you guys think it is.
Yeah. So there was somebody that, like I said, had the same accusation as you, and they were in the chat while the thing was live, and they were kind of trying to work. It's like, wait, how are you having 6 million if the chat is going this slow? Somebody was kind of looking at that. Oh, wait a minute. My thing kind of messed up there. Hold on a second. So it's XQC. He's a streamer there, so he kind of knows, like, oh, okay, like I know how a chat is supposed to be.
He can spot like the bot.
Yeah, this is not 6 million people in chat.
There ain't no fucking way. Yeah, even like for like you people, look at the left-hand side, which is just XQC stream, and the right, which is the TPUSA one.
He typed hello in there. But it's just like there's no, and like you're talking about 6 million concurrent viewers, like, and then somebody pulled up the numbers of like the highest YouTube concurrent viewership. That's like stuff like the World Cup. The World Cup gets 6 million people. You're telling me TPUSA is gonna get the same numbers as the World Cup? Like that? That's just bullshit, right there. That's
maybe they're counting like Rumble and Kick views, but like even so, like Rumble and Kick is full of like just bots in general too. So like, no way.
And then they tried to stream on Twitter, but then they couldn't do it because of licensing rights, because they couldn't even do that. But it was on all these other various like Kick and like you said Rumble and one of the news networks like OAN News or something like they tried to stream on there too. Some people said like I didn't even know where the shit was. Like I don't even know I could even watched it. And the only reason they did it was because in response to Bad Bunny, because people were mad and they were mad about, so they had to create a safe space for them to feel comfortable.
The people that are, so crying about, liberals in their, safe spaces.
Yeah. So they had their safe space and they still kept complaining about it. Like people who said like, I'm not going to watch it, turn your TV off, still went like, man, I hated that Bad Bunny show. It's like, well, how the fuck did you see it if you were supposed to be watching?
I thought, what about your safe space?
Yeah, like even Trump didn't even watch the TPUSA show because like his Super Bowl party had Bad Bunny on the screen. But like the only issue with this TPUSA show is because they're gonna do it next year because like they got so many headlines. They're gonna ride this into the sunset of like getting whatever washed up musicians will degrade themselves to get on TV.
Or it might just be Kid Rock again.
This is what Trump had to say, mentioning Trump there. He said, so the Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. It makes no sense and as an affront to the greatest of America, to the greatness of America, and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, or excellence. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying. And the dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the USA and all over the world. This show is just a slap in the face to our country, which is setting new standards and records every single day. Well, you had Pam Bondi. She said that the Dow, it's over 50K. What about the rape children?
What the fuck does that have to do with the Epstein files?
Yeah, the Dow is over 50K. Do you understand that?
Okay, not answering the question.
Which is setting a new standard of records every single day, including best stock market and 401ks in history. There is nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show, and watch. It will get great reviews from the fake news media because they haven't gotten a clue of what is going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace this ridiculous new kickoff rule, "Make America Great Again," President Donald Trump.
I'm laughing because he has gotten on this kickoff rule at least like 3 or 4 times in tweets, and it's just like did this kickoff rule like steal your lunch money one time? Like, what did it do to you?
But I mean, more just kind of rambling there. It's like I said, why weren't you just watching it? I mean, like if you knew you were going to dislike it, if you knew it was going to be bad, he wasn't going to be speaking English. I don't understand why.
It's like, if you don't like it, nothing is stopping you from not watching it.
Yeah. You had somebody who lives in Puerto Rico. Who had something to say about this. You had Jake Paul there.
Oh, this little bitch.
Who said purposely turning off the halftime show. Let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want without consequences, which equals viewership for them. It's kind of funny at all people, Jake Paul, big corporations, and it's kind of
Mr. Buddies with JD Vance is all of a sudden concerned about what big corporations do. Sure, buddy.
Mr. Move to Puerto Rico to avoid taxes is all about like fucking fake American.
It says, you are their benefit. Realize you have power. Turn off this halftime. A fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that. So that was another thing they tried to claim, that Bad Bunny hates America just because he's critical of ICE. Like everybody's critical of ICE. Yeah. Like ICE is unpopular. Like it's just a fact that ICE is unpopular with a lot of people, especially when they're killing American citizens. So that's just a fact of the situation there, of kind of what's going on. You know, you're gonna say something, or?
Oh, I'm sure Jake Paul would have this exact same opinion with the next time there's a Democrat president and there's some policy Republicans don't like. You know, he'll be a fake American the next time he criticizes a Democrat president, I guess.
Well, not a Democratic president, but a Democratic politician. So AOC, she weighed in on it. And this was her response to his tweet, and says, a fake American citizen. Didn't you move to Puerto Rico to avoid paying your taxes while kids across America go hungry? Meanwhile, Benito actually funds low-income kids access to arts and sports programs while you defund them. Of course, you are mad. He makes you look small. Damn. So it makes him look small there. Wow.
Ooh.
I mean, if you see his boxing fight, he is kind of a little twerp. So.
Yeah. And he did offer a podcast. He got too much heat. I guess he realized, oh shit, I guess I'm on the unpopular side of things, and he did do an apology there. He said, to clarify, I wasn't calling anyone a fake citizen because they're from Puerto Rico. I live in Puerto Rico and I love Puerto Rico. I have used my platform to support Puerto Rico. I think that's the most time anybody put Puerto Rico in a paragraph before. Time and time again, and will always do so. But if you're publicly criticizing ICE, who are doing their job and openly hating on America, I'm going to speak on it, period. That's the same reason I called out Hunter Hess. If you benefit from a country and the platform it gives you, but publicly disrespected at the same time, that's what I mean by being a fake citizen. And I agree, love is more powerful than hate. Love America. So that's what he said there. So there you go. Any response to, I don't know, Jake Paul said there, guys? I don't know. If you had anything there, maybe something that AOC already didn't say.
I mean, I guess that punch from Anthony Joshua knocked what little sense he had out of his head.
Yeah. Can he even talk? He's still got his jaw shut, ain't it? I mean, he can, I guess, mumble a little bit. I guess he can.
Yeah. What would be the difference?
AOC kind of already covered everything, but he's not a serious person, and he should be treated as an unserious person.
Yeah. So speaking about the TP USA halftime show, what was going on over there? Now, I didn't watch it. The only way I saw some clips, I saw people reacting to it. I saw like Anthony Fantano reacting to it. I saw Connor Eats Pants reacting to it. That's the only way I catched it. Did you guys? I know, Neil, you said you didn't catch anything, but Nick, you caught some of it, or?
I caught a few clips. I watched a little bit of it, just so I could have context for, coming on here and talking about it.
Yeah. So the big headliner, Kid Rock. They couldn't even get like Morgan Wallen. They couldn't even get him. They couldn't get Nicki Minaj. They couldn't get like, who's some big country stars right now, like Carrie Underwood or somebody. Like they couldn't get anybody like that. They had to get Kid Rock there.
Yeah, they had to get Kid Rock in a pre-recorded lip-synced performance that was also terrible.
But let you experience it here, Neil, since you didn't actually see any of it. So this is Kid Rock here performing.
Oh joy. Nice jorts.
You think he just has like a bunch of like jorts in the closet, like kind of like Superman costumes, like he just kind of cycles through them a little bit?
I think so.
That he cut himself.
And then I don't know if this is true or not, but there's a rumor that these were 200 plus people were paid actors. Like they just had them paid to show up at a soundstage in Atlanta to come and kind of do this.
I fully believe it. Yeah, I also love like, how risque Bad Bunny songs are, but like Kid Rock, aren't you singing about how beautiful 15-year-old girls are in this song, or am I? Or am I misremembering?
I think it's a different song.
Yeah. He did. Well, he's only got like the one big song, and then he did like a cover of another song.
Right.
So he didn't have
Warren. He stole Warren Zevon's beat from Werewolves of London to make another song.
So he didn't have really much of a playlist kind of going on there. And then this was the one that everybody was roasting here.
Oh yeah, I know exactly the one you're talking about. So keep in mind everything I've said. Keep in mind that Bo Burnham bit about like modern country while you listen to this.
So here we go.
Man.
You're laughing. The woke left is keeping this man from catching his fish, and you're laughing.
He's singing about a fucking to-do list. He's got a to-do list, bro. He's talking about cutting grass and getting beer and fishing. Like, bro, he's just trying to
wear boots. Motherfucker, you're wearing boots on stage. Nobody is stopping you from doing that.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Like
also showmanship. Like, where's the performance? Like,
oh my God. Like, it just was. I mean, listen. I mean, if you liked it, you liked it. If you liked the TPUSA show, that was your thing. You liked it. That's fine. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, you really comparing the production of that to the production of what Bad Bunny did and saying that was really better. I mean, okay, sure.
Bad Bunny on a football field rushing more than the Patriots did the entire game with an army of Latinas throwing ass on the field. And you picked the TP USA show over that. That says more about you than it does Bad Bunny.
But
Yeah.
wait a minute. The guy sang about catching fish and wearing boots, so you know.
And cutting grass. He want to cut his grass, man. Why won't you let him cut his grass, man?
These woke leftists are keeping this man from cutting his grass.
Like people say, like, oh my God, you people got no real problems. You talking about not cutting grass. Like, holy crap. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Yeah, like I mean, if you really love, I mean, you must be very easily impressed. Like all you gotta do is just say some typical buzzwords.
Yeah,
and-
it's literally the fucking Bo Burnham joke about country music. It was like
Yeah.
you just got to do rural noun, simple adjective. Except this time they just took out the adjective.
Oh, man.
Remember when Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson wrote songs?
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Dolly Parton, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, who not only wrote his own music but 2 all-timer Johnny Cash songs.
Garth Brooks as well. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I don't know who any of these people are on the TPUSA lineup. I don't know. Maybe they are big. I think somebody said like one of the there was a female singer. I think they said that she was like on the American Idol. She was like on 6th place or something like that, or something like that.
Yeah, she's on like the new era of American Idol, so an extra layer of who.
Yeah. So you had a guy named Spencer Wasdrop. He did the Star Spangled Banner on the electric guitar. Brantley Gilbert, who did some, I don't know who.
Yeah, who was the guy that we were just laughing at? The guy who is just trying to catch his fish.
Then you had Gabby Barrett. Okay. Lee Bryce, Kid Rock, and then you had people who played cello and violin, Antonio and Allison Marin, who people said that I don't know, it seemed like they were faking it. I don't know. It was like they were just moving it, like the shit didn't match the actual notes that they were playing. I saw somebody say that. I don't know if that's true or not, but you had that kind of going on. So yeah, I don't know. How would you rate that? How would you do that?
I would rate it, but I had to go get milk from the grocery store when it was going on. So
Yeah.
out of 5.
I'd rate it, but I gotta go to 7-Eleven for a pack of smokes.
Wow. So yeah. TPSA, Bad Bunny halftime show there. Who do you want to do the halftime show next? There, not the TPUSA one, but the Super Bowl one.
The proper.
So we got the world's biggest rapper. We got the world's biggest, Latin American music star. We need the biggest K-pop star in the world for the next one. So like, get Twice or the K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay, so you're going K, but you think it's a K-pop time?
Yes.
All right. What about you, Nick?
I wouldn't mind a K-pop halftime show, but if they want to keep it American, I guess. Trying to think what band hasn't like done a reunion tour in a while.
It could be Kid Nugent, Kid Rock, Kid Rock, man. Team them up, man. Get them in there, and do it. I think it's time for Daft Punk. Oh, they can do it. I think weren't they a part of the Weekend Super Bowl, right? They were part of that one.
Yeah, they were. They were a part of the Weekend's halftime show.
Right. Yeah, they were part of that one. So I don't know. Maybe they could do. I mean, they could have a set where they bring out all the people they've collabed with. They could do something like that. They could do that. I'm guessing it's gonna be a woman because they've had 3 male performances back to back to back. They had Bad Bunny, Kendrick, and Usher. We haven't had a woman since Rihanna, so I'm thinking it's got to be another woman again.
Okay, if it's gonna be another woman, maybe Lady Gaga.
Yeah, but she already did it, right? She did it already, right?
Yeah.
Taylor solo, I think.
I mean, I thought she did a 1-year solo. I could be mistaken. I thought
Taylor Swift would be a bit too obvious and too on the nose with the NFL, so probably not her.
I think that people say, like, I keep guessing Taylor Swift, but I think if she would have done it, she would have done it by now. You know, and
she would have done it to capitalize on the Eras tour if she was ever going to.
Yeah, I think she's rejected it. I don't think she's gonna do it. I'm guessing. I think it's like I said, K-pop bands have had to be a big one. I think the biggest female K-pop band is probably Blackpink. If you had to do it, it'd probably be Blackpink maybe there. If you are
if they actually released any music.
Yeah, when's the last time they released music?
2023.
Oh, 2023. Oh, okay. Well, they're waiting for some black people to come up with some new stuff so they can, do it, real quick.
You ain't wrong.
So I'm guessing. So I guess Doja Cat last time. I'm gonna guess her again. SZA. I'm gonna guess SZA. Um, Blackpink. I guess them. New Jeans twice. Doechii, maybe Doechii, maybe Megan Thee Stallion would be some of my other guesses there. Maybe them. So that would be my personal guesses there for what they do there. For
Yeah, maybe like Dua Lipa or Billie Eilish, maybe.
Oh, Billie Eilish wouldn't be a bad guess. Billie Eilish might do it there, or
I
Sabrina
mean,
Carpenter.
Billie Eilish got James Cameron to direct her concert movie. I imagine the Super Bowl would just kind of be a lateral move at that point.
Yeah. So those are some of my guesses. Yeah, I got to talk to that dude who made that tweet. It's like, man, please tell us,
Dude.
Can you get it? Can he get it? It'd be funny if he can get it right a second time. Like, can he do it a second time?
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of some of my guesses. I think we got going on there. But yeah, awesome Super Bowl, man. Bad Bunny was best thing about it, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
All right. We got these reactions here, and then we're gonna be leading into the reviews. So since we're talking about the Super Bowl commercials anyway, might as well talk about the Adventures of Cliff Booth in that trailer here. Did you guys already see this?
Yes, I did.
I did, yeah.
All right. Let's take a look and react to it here. All right.
Subdue those hippie intruders, huh?
Something like that.
You say that like there's more to it.
I don't possess many talents, but I know better than getting away with a good story.
Brad Pitt is morphing more and more into Robert Redford here as he gets older.
No kidding.
Like, wow, okay.
Story.
I said kind of watching this kind of reminds me. I know it's a different era, but it seems like more something like Maxine, maybe something more like that. What vibes are you?
I'm getting a lot of The Nice Guys from this.
I also talked about Nice Guys as well. Yeah, Nice Guys. Kind of going on.
Think you're real funny, huh? I'm a little funny.
The Adventures of Cliff Booth coming to Netflix, directed by David. Short little teaser type thing. What do you guys think about it?
I loved how different it looked from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think that was what makes it interesting, is the fact that it's so radically different, and the fact that David Fincher making a sequel to a Quentin Tarantino movie. What in the hell does that look like? So yeah, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about this too, because you hear David Fincher, who I still consider to be one of our great directors, doing a sequel to a Quentin Tarantino movie. I almost don't believe it's coming actually until I see like it pop up on Netflix, or like if they do decide to like put it in theaters. I almost don't believe it's actually happening.
Wow. Yeah. Seems like it's a more, like you said, a different tone and style than what they did with the first one. Like the first Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which this is a spinoff of, was like more bright, sunny, colorful, and then it seems like now after the Manson murders, hey, you see a more seedy, darker underbelly of LA Hollywood there. What were you gonna say?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is like is the bright love letter to Hollywood and to that era. This is like the seedy underbelly, which I think David Fincher is a very inspired choice to tackle that aspect of it. And honestly, post Sally Menken's passing, I don't think there has been a great Tarantino movie. I think his best days were far behind him, especially after Sally Menken died.
Oh. When did Sally Menken die? Like what year?
It was after Inglourious Bastards. That was their last movie together.
Okay. That checks out. But you mentioned the Manson murders, but I'm interested how they're going to tackle that because in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Manson murders don't happen. So, like, I wonder how that's going to play out.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that didn't happen. Yeah, since he intervened there. I wonder. I don't. There's no premise yet as far as like what this movie's gonna be about. I see. I don't know. Is he gonna fight another cult leader, or serial killer guy? He's just gonna be like a I don't know history interrupter. He's gonna go around breaking up all the events.
Clint Booth versus the son of Sam.
Yeah. He's gonna bust up all the
Cliff Booth versus the guy who shot Nixon. Who shot Reagan, excuse me.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. So gotta get that going. So yeah, I'm excited. David Fincher. I don't think David Fincher's ever done a bad movie. I don't think he's ever done a bad one.
Even the movies that I'm just okay on, like The Killer and Mank, I think are still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right. Our next trailer is going to be Michael. So this is a full trailer here, the official trailer. I think when me and Neil, when we talked about it, was just like the teaser, I think, when we talked about it there. But let's take a look at this trailer.
You're confident. You're strong. You're beautiful. You're the greatest of all time.
You're the thriller.
You bad. You bad.
Let me tell you something. In this life,
and I'm really excited to see this movie for Coleman Domingo. I can't wait to see what he does as Joe Jackson. That's kind of primary reasons why.
That's also why I'm excited for this. I'm also curious because, as far as I know, this is a biopic that's approved by the Jackson estate. So I wonder how deep they're gonna go.
Yeah, he just looked like a demon. Like evil. He looks like a vampire.
He looks like a fucking Blackula.
Yeah, man.
y'all the winner or you're a loser. Y'all want to work in a steel mill like me for the rest of your days?
No, sir.
Yeah, because I sure as hell don't. Y'all willing to fight for it?
Yes, sir.
I need to hear you a little louder. Y'all willing to fight for it?
Yes, sir.
Ready whenever you are, Michael.
Do you know what I'm after?
You want to be the biggest star in the world?
We need to capitalize on Michael's success because the Jackson family is the brand. That's our Coca-Cola. And we need to start selling. So I'm planning an international tour. This is just the beginning.
I need to think.
I told you what to think.
There's the classic Coleman Domingo, bad guy performance we all love.
Yeah. Oh wow. And it's funny that does Nia Long not say anything? She just look. She don't say a word yet.
She's just serving.
Yeah, like Jesus, Nia Long ain't got a word yet. Oh man.
I told you what to think.
I love my family, but I just want to do my own thing.
I just want to be the man in the mirror.
That's how you gonna come up with all these song titles, man.
Yes.
Not a little boy anymore.
Michael?
Oh, hey, look at that. Bubbles. Bubbles made an appearance.
Very special life.
Oh, there you go. Okay, Nia Long finally talks. Okay, there we go.
I knew you were different the moment you were born. You have a very special life. I believe music can change the world. Spread love.
I kind of was like, oh, how much, did he look like him in the first trailer? But I think really here it captures all of it really down. I think he does kind of spot on here, I think, really well. I think it's pretty good look down. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I was curious to see how they were gonna pull that off, but this actor that they got, it's Jafar Jackson. Yeah, he's kind of nailing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're nailing like the look and so far.
Yeah, they're really getting the costuming. I could see this being nominated for best costuming because it seems like they're nailing all those looks kind of down, those iconic Michael Jackson looks. Seems like they're nailing it.
Right.
I am trying to get a Michael Jackson impersonator. So if you guys know any Michael Jackson impersonators, let me know. I'm trying to get them on for the review when we do this.
Oh, okay.
That is what I want the world to feel. Magic.
Oh, they hiding white Michael Jackson. They hiding him. Okay, we can't see him yet. Okay. Yeah, what do you guys
Mandy-
think?
He's gonna become like the third act reveal of like Venom and Spider-Man 3.
Well,
Um,
these trailers are certainly well edited, that's for sure.
Mhm.
They feel like mini music videos, but yeah, I'm curious about the movie itself. I hope it's not just like a Wikipedia entry in movie form, but
Mhm.
it's got the look at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it got the look. I mean, again, the performances and people might just be hyped after, just reliving all these big performances again. Like, oh man, I get to see, when he was on the Bad tour, when he did Man in the Mirror, when he did Beat It, or we saw Thriller in there, like, oh, that iconic moment. And people might just be hyped off of that. But I hope it's a really great story as well. I hope we really, I don't think, I mean, like I said, this is family approved. Usually family approved biopics don't go really all that
Mhm.
deep. They keep it kind of surface level. So we'll see there with that. Yeah, but that was our thoughts. The Michael Jackson trailer there. One last trailer, and then we'll head into these reviews. Devil Wears Prada 2. For some reason, we're getting a sequel, but I'm always happy to see Anne Hathaway. I love me some Anne Hathaway. I would have burned down all of Gotham for Anne Hathaway. There, Maggie
I get
Gyllenhaal.
it.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, not so much, but Anne Hathaway, sure. All right, let's take a look.
Runway. It's not just a magazine. It's a global icon. A winding road that brings us back together again.
Hello.
Well, look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
Sorry. Who is this? Do you know her? Do I know her?
I'm Andy Sachs. Andrea.
She was one of the Emilys.
One of the what?
Do you guys remember much of the first Devil Wears Prada? Or
I haven't seen it in such a long time.
yeah,
I remember next to nothing.
Yeah, the first one was pretty good, but yeah, I just don't really know what story threads there are left to go on, but I guess we'll see.
yeah, because I remember what happens at the end is that she leaves with her boyfriend, and she was like, okay, like she tries to make her give her an ultimatum, like you can pick one or the other, like you can either do this job or you can be in a relationship.
Well, her boyfriend breaks up with her, and they don't get back together at the end, and she ends up leaving the job. So that's how that one ends.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's been a minute. Yeah, I got to go rewatch it again. Okay. Okay. Seems like a lot of Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep serving. They serving a lot. Okay. Seems like you got a lot of that going on.
Am I having a hallucination? Hi, Emily.
Oh.
You also know her?
We were at Runway at the same time, Miranda.
Really? Where was I?
There you go.
This is Fashion Aura Farming, the movie.
Oh, I forgot. There's a little bit more left. Okay, there's a little bit more. There's a stinger here at the end. Yeah, I forgot.
Where would you like to start? I am the new features editor at Runway. No, you are not.
Yeah, we're all so thrilled.
What's funny is you've changed. You have. You're much more confident. Kept those eyebrows though, didn't you?
All right. May 1st. Man, good old May 1st. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think?
It's not really my movie, but I hope it's good. It seems like it's got some good scenery, and people always like seeing power fantasies for whatever group they're associated with. So I hope it's good.
Power fans for women who abuse their assistants.
Right.
people who throw phones at them. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we talked about Michael Jackson movie. I mean, costumes. It looks like this is going to have a lot of
Mhm.
gorgeous costumes. Like I said, maybe it can work at counter programming like The Housemaid. I mean, maybe it can do that and make rake in a bunch of money. So
Mhm.
maybe it can do that for that. So that was all the trailers. There was all the discussion on that. Let's get into these reviews and then we'll head out of here. Rye Lane, I'll cue this up. You ready there, Nick?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do it. I know Neil, you didn't get a chance to see it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see any of these reviews, honestly.
Aw,
so
man. At
Yeah.
least with this one, it's kind of a shame because this was actually because friend of the show, Brandon, who's been on a bunch of times before, he has been talking this movie up since it came out in 2023. And I'm kind of kicking myself that this is the first time I've actually sat down to watch it.
okay, I'll stick for this review and then dip out early, I think.
All right, no problem there, Neil. All right, everybody. So our first review of the day is going to be for the film Rye Lane. Rye Lane is a movie from 2023 there. Is directed by Rain Allen Miller there. It's starring David Johnson. People know David Johnson. He's blowing up right now. Long Walk, Alien Romulus. He's kind of becoming a hot ticket right now. He's in this movie as a character named Dom. And then you also have a woman in this movie who's played by Vivian Opera there, who plays Yaz there. And they are two young people there. They kind of meet under these weird circumstances there. And they end up forming kind of a connection and spend the entire day together. They both kind of get into each other's lives. They both help each other out. They both kind of are, with the help of each other, able to confront things in their lives that have been going kind of wrong. For example, David Johnson's character there, he's going through a bad breakup where his girlfriend cheated on him. And David Johnson, I mean, it seems like in this, like his character is very kind of shy guy. He's very kind of very kind of shy. He's not very assertive.
He's not like 2000s Ben Stiller in a rom-com pushover, but he's got some confidence building that he needs to get through.
Yeah, he's kind of going through a rough situation. He's living at home with his parents there. And then you have Vivian there, who's the actress who, she's kind of more there to, she's kind of more outgoing, more kind of very confrontational. And she's also also going through a really bad breakup with her, what happened with her boyfriend. And we learned the circumstances of that. Nick, what are your thoughts here on Rye Lane?
Yeah, this is a feature directorial debut from Rain Allen Miller. And it's probably one of the strongest directorial debuts I've seen in a very long time, just with how, vivid and alive and vibrant this whole environment feels. And all of that is helped by these two performances from David Johnson and Vivian Opara, that they make them feel like very alive, lived in people. And just the cinematography, which is shot in a really interesting way, it makes it much more visually striking than you see in a lot of rom-coms, because rom-coms kind of by their very nature are meant to kind of be very boilerplate and all kind of look the same, and this is very much not.
Yeah, they do like some like fisheye lens type looks in the movie there. They do some really unique kind of film techniques there. They do some interesting stuff with like the storytelling of like when a character's telling a story to another person, they do the thing where they kind of make it play out like a play there. I thought that was really cool. Like when she's telling the story of how, her and her boyfriend, like an argument they had. And then it's like the whole crowd is nothing but David Johnson, which was because like clones of him. Like I thought that was kind of funny. And he's watching from the balcony and she's doing that. Like all that stuff is like super really creative and really kind of funny the way they kind of do that there. And I thought that worked really well.
A lot of her like cinematography choices, it reminded me a lot of early Spike Lee, especially with Do the Right Thing.
Interesting. Okay, interesting comparison there. And it's funny enough, I'm looking at it. It says she considers Spike Lee and Martin Scorsese a big influencer there. And she also mentions Beverly Hills Cop and Pretty Woman as being some of her favorite movies there. Yeah, I thought that was kind of a really good look there. And also very much look at kind of London kind of culture there. We see a lot of stuff like that. We see a lot of sites of people who probably live there, know a lot of places they're going through and restaurants and shops and see like that. We see them, walking through a bunch of that, that's very cool there. And then obviously with a rom-com doesn't really work if the chemistry doesn't work between the two leads. And here it's really on fire, I think, between David Johnson and Vivian as well. I thought that worked. What did you think about the chemistry between the two leads?
Oh yeah, with any rom-com, it's completely built off the chemistry with the leads, and they are on fire here, especially with how they're written with Yaz and Dom, which are the two leads. How they are written, they both complement each other so well. It's like both characters, they have a flaw in their personality that the other helps them with, and I think that's like some of the best rom-com or even dramatic storytelling is always when two characters are in a room and in a relationship and they help build each other up. I think that's some great writing.
Yeah, like there's a scene where David Johnson, like he goes to a dinner there with his ex-girlfriend, and then the guy that she left him for was actually his best friend. And so that kind of stings even more there. So he's there, he's gonna have a dinner with them, and out of nowhere she pops up. He's not expecting it, and she pops up, and she's pretends to be his girlfriend and somebody he moved on with, so he doesn't look like a complete fucking loser, that he just just like can't move on. So I thought that was kind of really, that's kind of a fun sequence there that they do that really worked. But yeah, I mean, just their chemistry and their bond that you kind of see them build over this is really great. It's really sweet, it's really lovely. It's one of I could see why people were talking about this movie so much and recommended it, because of how just kind of heartfelt it is, and how kind of it's dare I say cute, very cute of a film there, which I really liked quite a bit there. And yeah, I can't really sing this movie's praises enough. Did you have any issue with this movie at all?
All the issues I have are kind of issues I have with rom-coms in general and how they are constructed, because with every rom-com there's like they're getting to know each other, we're kind of in a relationship now, and then the obligatory fight and then break up and get back together in the end. But here it felt grounded in a way that was more realistic and more honest in a sense, because as close as these two are and this connection is developing, this is only the first time they've met.
Yeah. And the whole story takes place in like kind of one day. There's like towards the end of the movie where it transitions to the next day, but it mostly just all takes place in kind of one day there, and then it's like a montage of some other days. But yeah, that's kind of the bulk of the story there. But seeing how she's able to help him, how he's able to help her, like you said, they kind of fill in the missing qualities of each other to make kind of this kind of great kind of pairing. I thought that was kind of really nice there. I don't really have any real major issues with this movie, really. I really loved it. I'm glad I finally watched it. It's always great when you watch a movie off your watch list. It's like, oh, okay, finally it's really great there. So I'm glad I was able to kind of check that out. I would give this movie, I would give it a strong peak, bordering on this is cinema. What about for you?
I'm kind of right there with you. This is peak bordering on cinema. It's just a fantastic feel-good rom-com that I wasn't really expecting much from. I knew that it had David Johnson as the lead, and he's been one of my like new actors to watch, especially after The Long Walk and Alien Romulus. And yeah, I could see this is like a fantastic performance and so different from what I've typically seen from him. And it's put Rain Allen Miller as like one of my directors to watch, because this is such a strong directorial debut. There are a lot of feature filmmakers that have their feature debut that isn't anywhere near as strong as this, that don't have the same kind of like presence in their artistic voice that this one does.
Very creative, very stylish for a great directorial debut. It's rare with directorial debuts that you really see a person's true vision, and like this is artistry through their first attempt, and I really see that a lot with this movie here. And also, it being, like I said, Valentine's Day is coming up. People might want to see a great romantic film. This is great for that. This is also with two black leads in it as well there.
Two dark-skinned black leads, which I think is like very rare to see just in rom-coms in general.
Very true there. So that's also something for people to really kind of latch onto and really enjoy there. It's no story about trauma or anything like that. Nobody's dying. You know what I mean? There's no allegory for police brutality or anything like that. If people worried about that, there's nothing like that in it. It's just very cute couple. getting together, you know what I mean, and experiencing, times together, the ups and downs, and people always recommend this. It's like, hey, I want to see just a cute black film there of two loves there. This fills that gap, and there should be a lot more movies like this. It's on Hulu right now. It's available. That's where I watched it. So if people have Hulu, I recommend checking this out. Queue it up as soon as you can. Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you guys for giving me a good recommendation for a Valentine's Day movie. So I appreciate it.
It's a fantastic date movie. I watched this with my girlfriend this morning, with prepping for the show, and she was kind of hooked on it too.
Yeah.
All right, good.
So 2 High Peaks for Rye Lane. Awesome. Neil's got to go cut his grass, so he's got to go there.
He's got to go. He's got to go catch some fish.
Catch some fish.
Yes. But it was great being on it.
Feed some dogs.
Yeah, it was great being on the show. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for everything.
See you Monday there, Neil.
See you.
Catch you later. Bye.
Bye. Let's knock out this other review real quick. And then there. All right. So our next review of the day is going to be for a miniseries on Netflix right now. It's getting a lot of traction. It's kind of getting popular there. A lot of people talking about this. It's for a thriller series called His and Hers, starring Jon Bernthal and Tessa Thompson here. It's based on a book. The book that's written by a woman named, I believe, Alice Feeney is her name there. So it's the book of the same name. And it seems like I was looking up a little bit about the book, radically different in terms of the setting of it, because I think the book sets in London, I think.
Yeah. The book is set in the UK, and this is kind of like in
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah. Backwoods of Georgia, like this little small town. And so there's like this, it's kind of this small town here that you have in Georgia. It's kind of seems like a little bit away from Atlanta, which is the main city that they're away from, where Tessa Thompson, where she's a reporter there. She had a very devastating thing that happened in her life, where a child passed away. And then it was with her husband there, who's her estranged husband, who's played by Jon Bernthal. But they're brought back together when a murder strikes this little small town here, murder of this woman. And the woman's name was Rachel, I believe is the woman's name there. So when this murder happens, obviously something like that doesn't happen all the time in this small town. So it draws all this big attention there. There's a big mystery of who did it, who was behind it there. And then also some other additional murders start popping up in this little town. And the finger pointing game starts to begin.
Yeah. And the finger pointing isn't even by all of the characters in here, but it's also by the writing and by the show itself. Because this show, it's only 6 episodes, but it spends so much of its time just dropping like little red herrings, little misdirections of like, hey, is this character that you've been following the whole time, is he or she potentially the killer?
Yeah. And a lot of people, seems like they're doing a lot of these like miniseries type things. Like, I don't know if you've seen All Her Fault. That was something on Peacock.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That one. There was that one with Sarah Snook from Succession. She was in that one. Seems like they're doing a lot of these like streaming services. It's like, listen, we understand people have the attention spans of fucking goldfish. So if we create these little mini series for people to just snack on and enjoy, that'd be kind of great to boost streaming services for a little bit. So that's kind of what this is, His and Her. Like, it's a mini series, 6 episodes, something for people to enjoy real quick. And this is doing pretty well on Netflix. I see it as like the top on there with that one. What were your thoughts on His and Hers there, Nick?
Oof, this was a frustrating watch for me, because I really liked the performances from both Tessa Thompson and from Jon Bernthal. I think this whole cast is actually really good given the material that they are. The problem with the show is that the material that they're given, it's fairly like boilerplate mystery and fairly lackluster. I feel like with great mystery and great like whodunit procedurals, decisions that characters make have to make sense within the logic of it. Besides just character needs to do this so the next plot point can happen. And that's where I feel like we have with this show, where you have Jon Bernthal, who, is, very closely tied to both Tessa Thompson's character's investigation and with the murder itself, actively impeding it and facing no consequences, and is just there to mislead the audience.
Mm. Yeah, and then the way it wraps up at the end is kind of like, wait, I mean, you still gonna face a lot of problems for that, but it seems like everything's kind of hunky dory. But okay,
Hmm.
but yeah, so you got that. Like it's a very, like I said, boilerplate mystery, and it's kind of a bad mystery in the sense that a good mystery gives you misdirection,
Mhm.
right? Like it
A
says, hey,
good
you're supposed.
a good mystery gives you misdirection that feels earned. That feels like there there was a reason for this misdirection besides just try to trick the audience. And good misdirection and good twists and good reveals, they add to the experience of thinking back on it.
Mm. Here, this thing just fucking lies to you. It tells you
Mhm.
one thing, and then that just not. It just really didn't happen, and goes like, "Hey, we tricked you. Look at that. We
Which,
confused
which,
you."
which is both a theme of the show about different perspectives, about unreliable narrators with both Tessa Thompson and with John Barenthal. And even the book, the way that's written, that's written from like first person POV. From like one chapter you're with Anna, the next chapter you're with Jack.
Mm.
And
And
I can see how that would work really well in a literary sense, but that doesn't really work on TV.
mm. Did you ever? I mean, did you have a few suspects there that already you were like, "Oh, okay, I can cross this person off. This person maybe did it."
The way the show is written, that there's only like all the characters, I feel like at least with Anna and Jack, they're written at least somewhat sympathetically. But even then, every character in this is kind of just like a monster. It's just the worst kind of people for very little reason other than plot needs to happen, except for the one good cop in this who's Jack's partner, who's played by Sunita Mani, who
Mm.
is the one good cop in this entire thing.
Yeah, she's actually trying to solve this. She's trying to do
Yeah,
her best.
she's following the evidence. She's doing some actual police work.
Uh, and it seems like.
And it helps that she's played by Sunita Mani, who was the girl from the Turn Down for What video.
Oh, she was in the. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've seen her in some other stuff too. I forgot she was in The Roses, which was that Benedict Cumberbatch movie too. And Death of a Unicorn. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of crazy. A lot of the stuff that happened. Like listen, I suck at guessing the killer
Mhm.
and mystery things, but even I don't think even the most expert person would be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's like when the twist finally happens, it's like if a good mystery, the reveal should be something that you're given the clues to, but you're misled from it. By the time they do the reveal in this, I was like, "Oh bullshit!"
Um, and there's something that happens with a murderous tie into. It's kind of like
Yeah,
a Yellow Jackets type where they
yeah,
flash back
yeah,
to.
yeah. There is this parallel story because like Jack has ties to the murder victim, so does Anna, and that ties into this horrific thing that happened to her and her friends back in high school. And
Mm,
when that reveal finally happens, it colors every single decision, especially with considering what happened in that event. And one of the suspects in this is John Bernthal's character's sister. Why would she like even be married to him? It makes
mm,
no damn sense.
yeah. You know what this show reminded me a lot of a movie. It
Mhm.
was a thriller. Octavia Spencer. I remember if you remember this
Oh
movie.
fuck. What, Ma?
Yes, it reminded me a lot of
Oh.
Ma. And it reminded me of this movie. And I'm gonna spoil this shit.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna spoil it eventually. But it reminded me
Yeah.
because you have an older black woman who's a
Mhm.
killer, who you don't really see in movies there or shows, and then also it's a black woman who's in a small town. I forgot where this was set at. I
Mhm. It
forgot.
is like middle of nowhere, Ohio.
Okay. And much like with his and hers, like it's a small town in Georgia, which it seems like Tessa Thompson and her mother are two of the only black people in this whole town. That's never really brought up at all, really, or mentioned,
Well, it's
or
like
kind of.
outside Atlanta, so I can buy it in that sense because I think in the book, in the book, Anna isn't like explicitly described as being, black. I think more the theme in that was, class, and they added this so they could also like just throw race into the conversation as well.
Yeah. And her mother was a maid there, and a maid for the rich families there that she went to school with. And it seems like, okay, I guess there's a class thing there. And I think the show misses opportunity to show more flashbacks of like them as kids when in high school together. Like you don't really get a good sense of that dynamic and what it was really like until like we see a couple flashbacks and then boom, this inciting incident happens. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is what really happened. Did you wish we had more kind of flashbacks there or more kind of stuff with that?
I wish we had more flashbacks, and I wish they were just better written. If nothing else, to just maybe portray the, murdered victim as not a complete monster. Because every moment you see of the character Rachel, who, is in the show played by who's played by Jamie Tisdale as an adult and Isabel Kuzman as a teenager. She's just playing her as the most evil, despicable person on the planet for no other reason than just I'm evil.
Yeah. You don't even really get a sense of her character as an adult because her character barely has any. I mean, she doesn't even have any lines as an adult, really. And she barely has anything there. And then when
she has one line that's just in like a sex flashback that is just meant to make us think that John Bernthal's the killer.
Oh yeah, when she scratches him. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she scratches him and it's like, did Anna like it like this? It was like, what the fuck?
So it's like no reason why. Like it would have been if we delve deeper into like, I don't know, does she have like some type of sexual psychosis or something like that? Like, because she's married to this rich guy. We find out, and I forgot the actor's name, but he's been around.
That was a Chris Bauer.
Chris Bauer there. And it seems like he says like, oh, she has a thing for having sex with people. She only likes to have sex with people she can look down on. You know what I mean?
She only has sex with people she sees as beneath her.
Yeah.
Looking staring daggers at John Bernthal the entire time he's giving that speech.
Yeah. Which was, so that was like interesting to get inside like what her thinking was like sexually, like what kind of her mindset was for why she is this way she is. And like, did it start from childhood and then it went into her being an adult and then she had that way? Like, it's just no kind of explanation. It's like you said, it's just kind of, she's just evil. And then she has a friend here, like the friend group. And then one of the friends who's a character named Helen Wang, who seems like the two of them had been the only two remain close after the whole high school. And then she's also evil too. She's just kind of evil person there. There's not really much depth for there. And you got that going on. So
and then also Zoe, who is Jack's sister, who's a single mom in this, and also the only character that gets any kind of shade and dimension in that old friend group, who, shocker, is also a monster.
Yeah. Who, I mean, you think she may be the only person that maybe feels a little bad about what happened, but not really. No.
Nope. She's an alcoholic. She is, pushing all of her responsibilities as a parent onto Jack and appears to like have zero remorse for anything that she's done.
Yeah, she's just a drunk and a bad mom. And so like all these people have unredeeming qualities, every single one of them. From Helen Wang to Zoe to Rachel. I guess if that's the point, if you just wanted to hate the people, and so what happens to them, it's like, oh well, okay.
Which yes, plenty of great television shows have very unlikable characters. I mean, we talked about Marty Supreme last year, who I hated that fucking guy, but he was so compelling to watch. It's like there has to be an element of camp in order to make bad people feel entertaining to watch. And with this, it's just kind of miserable.
Yeah. And then I don't think the mystery is that interesting, really. I mean, John Bernthal is the worst cop I've ever, even covering his tracks. He's the fucking worst cop I've ever seen in my life. There's a scene that's fucking laughable when he's with Rachel's husband and he's like, stop, I'm putting you under arrest. He's like, nah, you're not doing that.
Nah. and yeah, Chris Bauer's just, you ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, he's like, you'll be seeing my lawyer pretty soon. He's like, no, I'm putting you under arrest right now.
Let me tell you something.
And he's like, nah. And he just drives away. He just looks like such a bitch. like it's like what the fuck, bro? You ain't gonna do nothing. Like it's like, come on, man. And he's just running around like a chicken with his fucking head cut off, like not knowing anything to do, trying to cover his tracks. So I thought that was pretty terrible. Like this is kind of a mess. I mean, I'm kind of glad I saw it in the sense that it's just funny to kind of laugh at, and when it kind of gets there,
Mhm.
that's just kind of funny. So I'm gonna spoil it. If people don't want to hear the spoiler of it,
Yeah, because a lot of like a lot of our criticism for this, I feel like are gonna be very unfounded unless you know the mystery.
so what happens at the end when we reveal who the killer is? So all these murders have been happening. Okay, Rachel gets murdered, then Helen Wayne gets murdered, then Zoe gets murdered, and the connection between them is they're all a part of this friend group that Anna was a part of in high school. Her and this other girl, this big girl, Catherine. So the show is heavily pushing you towards Catherine is the one doing it because we see them abusing her. They invite her over to the table. They give her something to drink, and she puts piss in it. They make her drink piss. So obviously, you think the show is saying she's the one that did it, and she's coming back for revenge. And then at the end, it gets revealed that the Catherine girl, I mean, she's also another person who's a fucking psycho because she killed her sister.
Mhm.
She her sister had asthma, and she sprayed all the asthma out of it, the air out of it.
She emptied the inhaler before they went on like a boat ride.
She emptied the inhaler, and then so her sister died when her and her parents went on a boat trip.
Yeah, and like one of the like sheriffs after the aftermath, because big climax happens. Uh Lexi, the character that we're talking about, she dies. All of the murders are pinned on her. And this like small town sheriff is just talking about telling this story. It's like, yeah, it was like at the funeral after the sister died. I caught up with her in the basement. She looked like she just won the lottery, eating like a whole box of Krispy Kreme. It's like, and you didn't think that might be, a red flag?
Yeah. So she's a psycho too. Everybody's a fucking psycho. Like all the other people are fucking psycho. Like all the other girls.
Everybody is psychotic and just evil for the sake of being evil.
So we realize that, and then so we think, yeah. So it's saying that, oh, she's the one that did it. And we see that she turned into one of the reporters that Anna works with at the news station. She kind of turned into like it'd be like if Caroline Levitt actually looked her actual age, and then not actually, you know what I mean? She didn't have tons of Botox. Like it kind of look like she kind of looks like that. And at first, Tessa Thompson's character didn't. She's been working with her and doesn't know that that's the girl she was friends with in high school.
Yeah, didn't clock that at all because the character started going by her middle name, Lexi.
But her mama did. We're gonna get into her mom knew it was her.
Yeah. So something we haven't mentioned at all is like a little backdrop thing is that Anna's mom, who is played in this by Crystal Fox, is one that we're led to believe is going through like the throes of dementia, and she's just like refusing medical care.
Yeah, like she's showing up to the house and she's walking in the middle of the street naked, and John Bernthal's character, sometimes he has to like get her and then bring her back to the house. And we see when she's cooking, trying to cook breakfast for her daughter, she's putting like the shells in it, and it's like, oh shit, like something's wrong with her. But it turns out this elderly woman who we think has dementia is actually the killer. She's the serial killer. She's the one that's been killing her friend group. She's the one that she even has like a whole MO and whole like serial killer outfit, because she goes in her nightgown and she goes and kills these women.
I forgot about the nightgown.
Which makes me think like the nightgown, like because you see her when she makes her first kill, the murder of Rachel, she like kills her and then she strips it off. I'm like, where did you throw it? Like, where did you put it?
Yeah, where did that go? They would have found that if the cops. Oh wait, no wait, never mind.
It just seems like
gonna say if the cops were good at their jobs, they would have found it. But then I remembered what show we're watching.
Yeah. So it's like, where does she kind of put that? We don't see her bury it or nothing. She just rips it off and throws it. And the reason why she kills these women, so she was missing her daughter, and she started looking at all the news tapes of her daughter and everything like that on her news channel, and then she ran out. So she was like, oh, but I remember that she looked in her room and then she saw a camcorder with the tape still in it. And she put the tape in and she was like, oh, this is the last tape I have of you, so I'll go ahead and watch it. and then she watches the tape and sees it's her 16th birthday, her daughter's 16th birthday, Anna, and it's them with the camcorder going out into the woods, drinking, and then some boys they come on.
No,
And
some grown ass men show up.
yeah, they do look like, I don't know, maybe freshmen in college, maybe
They
something like
have at least 10 years of credit history.
that. So they come there and it's kind of weird. She's like, oh, okay, and they're drinking.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is weird, but nothing's like, untoward at yet.
And then the guys, is 3 of them, and then they throw Catherine down to the bed. There's like a bed, a mattress there. And they're about to essay her, right? Anna realizes what's going on.
Not just that, they give Rachel money beforehand.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Rachel lured them out into the woods to get essayed for money.
Yeah. We see like in an earlier episode, that she took photos of them. So she gave photos to the boys. So it's like, hey, do you, I guess, want to do this? And then they're like, sure. And then they gave her money when the thing actually happened. So they're about to essay the girl, Catherine, throw on the thing, but Anna interrupts them. Anna goes like, well, what the fuck is happening? Like, what's going on? And then Catherine's able to run away. So the whole thing, but when we first saw what happened with that incident, we see it happened to Catherine. So this is what I'm saying. The shit is fucking lying. It just fucking lies to you. And then says it happened to her, but no, it happened to Anna. She's the one that ended up getting sexually assaulted. And her mother watched the tape, and her friends, well, I shouldn't even call them friends, whatever. Zoe,
Yeah,
and
are singing happy birthday while it's happening.
yeah,
It's the most fucking disturbing thing and the most heinous, vile shit for no other reason than these people are vile. And like any sympathy I had for at least the Zoe character, because we didn't know that at the time, her character dies. I was like, nah, fuck her. Fuck all of these people. They all deserve everything they get. And also, Anna's mother, why aren't you going after the actual rapists?
well, you don't actually ever see them, I don't think, because their faces are not in the camcorder, is it?
Oh, so blame the people that are like in the video and kill all of them, but just stop at that. So that's kind of why this thing angers me so. It's so very, utilizing violence against women for nothing other than shock value, but also blaming women for it.
So I mean, they are the ones that had set it all up. They're the ones that kind of orchestrate, and they were just watching there as well. So her mother sees that and goes like, okay, I'm gonna get revenge for my daughter. By the way, this is all told through voiceover because narration, because she writes a letter to her daughter telling her all this.
Yeah, every episode it starts with a little bit of narration from Tessa Thompson. And at the very last episode we hear more and more of the narration, and it gets to a line and then the voiceover switches to Crystal Fox. It's like, I guess that applies to killing people.
Yeah. So we see that, yeah. So she's laying this all out, how she did it, how she killed these people. Like I said, she has a whole MO where she goes in her nightgown. I don't know how she's able, because it's like, how did you get to these people's houses? Like when she kills Zoe and kills Helen, who Helen's still she's the school administrator. She's like the principal. How did you get there? Did you drive there? Did you just walk there? Like you walked all the way from your house to where these people are? Like, how did that happen? And she kills them with a knife. She stabs them, and she's only she always wears just a nightgown. She don't wear nothing else. And then when she's done after the crime, she gets naked and walks into the middle of the street. So people will think, oh, it's just some confused old lady who just wandering.
And there is a little bit of that, that one of the themes is that this kind of like class of people that are getting murdered, that they don't actually see the people that they deem as beneath them, quote unquote.
Yeah, that's how she's able to like sneak into all these things, get into the school, get into the house, like, and especially now with like we just watched the Ring camera commercial. Like y'all ain't got Ring cameras.
Not one of them had a Ring camera. I mean, Zoe, I buy it, and also there's like back in the day, Alice worked as like a maid and a housekeeper for all of these families, so she still had the keys, which I think is the most preposterous thing.
Yeah, that you think if somebody lost that job or the job that you say, hey, or maybe she made copies, but how would she have the foresight to make copies like this far in advance? Like, oh, I'm gonna come back and kill you fucking later, like 30 years later. It's like what? So yeah, especially like she goes and kills Helen at the school where it's like there's tons of cameras at a school, and you're telling me that nobody picked you up, nobody saw you. Like that's just fucking crazy. So and then the last person on her list was the Catherine woman, but that's who she pinned it
Yeah,
all on.
she was just planning on framing Catherine.
Yeah. Because she was like, well, I guess, you did run away. So I guess you, weren't all the way responsible. You were kind of a victim too, but you still take some of the blame for it as well. So she was just gonna frame her. But Catherine ends up being killed by Priya Patel, the other detective, the actual good cop.
The only good character in this entire show.
So she actually ended up killing her there, and doing that. But the ending is bullshit. It's complete bullshit.
It's one of those things that great mystery, and we talk about this all the time. A great twist. Think something like Gone Girl. Think Fight Club. Think The Sixth Sense. A great twist and a great mystery. That's going to add to when you revisit the story or when you think about it. It adds new layers to the text previous. This one, it just completely undermines it for the sake of, woo, what a twist.
Yeah. The only people that are come out, I think, kind of decent is because they actually have some emotional moments. Jon Bernthal and Tessa Thompson.
The only highlight is in episode 4. And it is like this moment where Jack and Anna, they finally have a frank conversation about the tragedy that happened to both of them. That, they were married, they're estranged now, and this estrangement was caused by, the loss of their daughter, who died of I think a crib death or something that's called the sudden infant death syndrome. And yeah, it is the most brutal and most honest and the best thing of this show. But its only purpose of it is to set up Jack and Anna having sex for one scene.
Yeah. So, it's like, so because of after the death, it caused a strain in their relationship, Anna and Jack. And then Jack ends up having an affair with Rachel. So not only did Rachel orchestrate her getting raped, but she's also cheating on her, having an affair with her husband.
Also bragging about it while she's fucking said husband.
So she's doing that. So that what happens. So yeah, so that's what happens there. There you go. I don't know if the book is better. I don't know if it actually is better mystery there or better played out.
Yeah, from what I hear about the book, it's a little better at balancing some of the, themes of that it was trying to tackle, that the show is. The theme of, different perspectives, the themes of unreliable narrators. It juggled that a little bit better. And it's also something we talk about all the time of, what works in one medium isn't always going to translate into another.
What'll be your rating, his and hers?
Fuck, I was looking forward to this because I'm a big fan of both Tessa Thompson and Jon Bernthal. And for what they're given, I still think they are the people coming out of this looking at least somewhat good, especially with the 4th episode of that, very beautiful emotional moment. But it's completely cheapened for this like salaciousness that is just wrapping around this entire show. It is one of the most, I think, frustrating, and it's one of the most frustrating things I've watched in such a long time. And thank God this is only 6 episodes. And, because it's Netflix, I can forget about it in like a week.
It's 6 episodes. I watched it because I was like, well, fuck it. Why not? 6 episodes, 40 something minutes. I watched it in like an evening, like whatever. I was like, okay, it didn't take up much of my time. So I did that. So, I'm sorry. What did you give a rating or?
Fuck this. I was fine. I was going to say this is like a skip it, but then the final reveal of this happened. And it was like, oh, fuck you, show. This was a waste of TV for me.
Wow, waste of TV. Wow, you going that low?
Yeah, it's very rare that I feel like something has wasted my time, and that is how I feel about this show.
Damn.
Like I could have rewatched The Last Airbender while I was watching this show.
I give it a burn it. I think I'm at a burn it. I think even with the performance of Anna and Jack there, Jon Bernthal, Tessa Thompson, it's really not worth watching. Maybe if you want to laugh, maybe I say like the ridiculous of the ending, and you maybe want to watch it just to go like, man, I gotta see how it gets to that point.
I gotta see this bullshit.
I got maybe there you go. Maybe that's something for you, but I don't really think it's much. It's not even really that interesting of a mystery, really. It's like, oh, this person gets killed. Okay, so what? I mean,
This person gets killed. This person gets killed, and she was the most monstrous human being in this small town of Georgia. It was like, okay, and
yeah. So yeah, it's like that Samuel Jackson. Like, man, I hope they all die. I hope they burn in hell. Like, I mean, like, come on, man. Like, no. Like, I was like, yeah, okay, there you go. I mean, yeah. So that was our review, his and hers. I'll review Iron Lung tomorrow. I'll review it maybe tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Instead, there we're already going pretty late. Yeah. I'll go ahead and rate somebody. I'll go ahead and rate Kira Fly. She's on right now, playing that good old Overwatch there. Do you game much there still these days, or what? What are you playing now?
no, not really. I haven't really gamed much. I've just been, chilling, catching up on TV, movies, stuff that I've missed the last couple shows. Doing a lot more reading, catching up more on comics lately.
Ah, okay. You reading what, Absolute or what?
Yeah, I'm loving the Absolute books. Batman and Wonder Woman are fantastic. I'm loving Absolute Superman. Something I'm also reading is The Nice House by the Lake. I think is it's a horror comic by James Tynion, and it's freaky as hell.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So I'll go ahead right there. One more time, Nick, where can we find you got going on? Show coming up next, man?
You can find me on this show. You can find me on Twitter, Threads, Instagram, Letterboxd, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Night and Day Nick.
Very awesome. I'll be back streaming, hopefully with Nick again on this show.
Yeah.
Friday. What time you want to do Friday? 7 p.m. is good.
I'll get back to you on that. I'm checking into my new command next week, so let me figure out the work schedule and I'll get back to you.
All right. Friday we got Dracula, we got Whistle, we got Wuthering Heights, and we got Crime 101. That's going to be on there on the docket.
We got Heat Zero.
Heat Zero there. We got that. Baby Heat. We got
Heat.
Got that. Saturday, no show. Sunday, no show. Monday, I'm going to be with Sage from Radio Infantry. We're going to be discussing all the big things from the state of play. Some cool stuff. John Wick's getting a video game. God of War is getting a remaster. That also going to discuss this trailer for Spider Noir. There, I know you probably seen the trailer for that. That's swinging looks really awesome. That looks incredible. There's that. So do that Monday. Also we'll be joined by Neil there. And we'll do a review for The Last Dragon there. No show Wednesday, and then we'll be back again, hopefully next Friday. There. I'm Sid, you all to Kira Fly. Thank you, Lemmy Winks. Thank you so much, man. Congrats on getting 44 yards at the Super Bowl. All right, everybody, take care. Stay tuned. Out of here. Bye.